to, of course, the inevitable launch of the Boom Coin from the Costco guys. You know, that whole universe, where you can stake the coin in order to receive Rizzler gems and airdropped double chunk chocolate cookies.
Double chunk chocolate cookie!
If you hodl your Boom Coins, you will be visited by the Rizzler, who will donate a double chunk chocolate cookie into your wallet. I mean, it sounds like it has more utility than the Hawk Tuah coin. But yeah, all of this nonsense, this crypto nonsense, it makes sense when you realize that her podcast, basically exists because of the Paul brothers launching it to promote a gambling website. The release of a scam cryptocurrency was always right around the corner. Soon enough, she'll be lacing up those boxing gloves.
Yeah, to fight Mike Tyson.
To get a ring. She's going to fight Mike Tyson and George Foreman and, hell, Muhammad Ali. Why not? Anyways, we're not above making a living on the internet, but we would prefer not to scam you, so we have sponsors instead.
Yeah, we do things the old-fashioned way.
Advertising.
People pay us to talk about their products.
To talk to you.
To talk to you about their products.
So we will be right back with more news for today, but first, let's thank Manscaped for sponsoring the show and giving us the most delightful copy to read when we're doing these advertisements.
Yeah, and keeping your presents all nice and tidy.
Yeah.
For some, it's the most wonderful time of the year, and for others, it's just another round of dodging questions about your love life while trying not to look like you just crawled out of a cave.
Somebody get that boy a hedge trimmer. He ain't got no girlfriend.
Well, enter the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra by Manscaped to save your dignity this holiday season. Don't be that family member who shows up solo and scruffy to yet another holiday gathering.
Look at all that ball hair.
This boy's balls are out of control. Get your winter overgrowth under control with the Weed Whacker 2.0 and let the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra help you seal the deal this cuffing season. Who knows? You might even outshine your weird uncle who's still rocking that goatee from 1985, and you might even claim your spot at the top of the sibling power rankings. Join the over 11 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped and get ready for kickoff by heading over to manscaped.com. Use the code NEWSDUMP for 20% off plus free shipping. Trust me, you'll be drafting the real MVP of grooming.
I was thinking this yesterday, too. I think they got their coffee mixed up with fantasy football.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you know how we were talking about your brother having more ball hair than you? Also, yeah, your draft, people at your Super Bowl league, they're going to be pissed. Anyways, the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra is your ultimate holiday helper, taking care of everything from below-the-waist maintenance to taming those rogue nose and ear hairs. Think of it as your seasonal survival kit, keeping you clean, confident, and ready to dominate cuffing season and all the festive gatherings ahead. Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra Groin and Body Hair Trimmer is the star of your holiday grooming lineup. That Lawnmower 5.0, it delivers precise, smooth trimming every time. It's reliable, efficient, and ready to perform, whether you're prepping for a holiday date night or an office party or just staying fresh for family gatherings. For our friends in West Virginia. So the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra doesn't just stop at grooming essentials. It also comes with 2 holiday bonuses. The Boxers 2.0 Midnight Bravo and the Shed 2.0 Toiletry Bag. These premium extras make sure you're always ready to jingle and mingle, whether at home or on the go. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code NEWSDUMP at manscaped.com. That is 20% off plus free shipping with the code NEWSDUMP at manscaped.com. Stay on top of your grooming game and be ready for anything this season. That's it. That's the copy.
This episode is also sponsored by HelloFresh. With HelloFresh, you get farm-fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit. We love the holidays, but with how busy they are, we're always looking for ways to stress less. HelloFresh helps make mealtime manageable, saving you from searching for recipes or all that grocery shopping. Just pick your meals and everything you need is delivered right to your door. There's always something for everyone to enjoy on HelloFresh's weekly menu, with 50 chef-crafted recipes to choose from every week, plus customizable options to make your meals just the way you like them. You'll be able to easily satisfy every craving, and every HelloFresh recipe includes high-quality, sustainably sourced ingredients like produce that comes fresh from the farm.
Save valuable time during the busy holiday season with fewer trips to the grocery store thanks to HelloFresh Market. There's over 100 add-on items that you can add to your weekly box, like quick breakfasts, packable snacks, beverages, and more. If you're traveling for the holidays or just too busy to cook at home, you can easily skip a week's delivery if you need to. HelloFresh, obviously one of our favorites, helped teach me how to cook in general, and honestly makes the week a little more unexpected. You're sitting there, you're like, I guess I could cook for myself tonight. You make something delicious and beautiful, and it makes it more fun to eat.
It does.
Yeah.
Makes you appreciate the food that you put in your body.
Like building a chair instead of buying one at the IKEA.
That's right.
Satisfaction. Get 10 free meals at HelloFresh.com/free-news-dump. That's applied across 7 boxes, new subscribers only, and it varies by plan. 10 free HelloFresh meals by going to HelloFresh.com/free-news-dump. Thank you for sponsoring the show. Now back into the news.
All right, back to the news now. And next on the list of updates for you this week, Trump's cabinet picks. It's only been about 2 weeks since Donald Trump nominated Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz as Attorney General. Wait, what? 2 weeks?
Yeah.
What?
November 13th or 14th. We had Thanksgiving in between all that, so it's kind of a time warp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot's happened, obviously.
Yeah.
Time is dilated. First off, he quickly resigned from his seat in Congress so that he could accept the nomination that was totally going to happen. But the timing of that move led many to correctly assume that Gaetz was saving himself from an extremely damaging House ethics report that was set to be released. It put the report on hold, but lawyers for the victims eventually went public with more information regarding the case against Matt Gaetz, who would ultimately give up on the nomination after it became clear that he would have a difficult time being confirmed by the Senate.
Yeah.
This made way for Trump's next pick, Pam Bondi, to accept the nomination. She's a whole can of worms, and we've already talked about her in a previous episode, but right now we're talking about Gaetz, whose future is uncertain at the moment, but he at least has one less thing to worry about.
That's right. His friends in Congress have officially succeeded in blocking the House ethics report from going public.
We did it.
Here's CBS News with more. House Republicans on Thursday blocked 2 Democratic resolutions that would have compelled the House Ethics Committee to release a potentially damaging report on its investigation into former Representative Matt Gaetz, voting to refer the matter back to the committee. The votes came after President-elect Donald Trump announced last month that he intended to nominate Gaetz for Attorney General, prompting intense scrutiny over the Florida Republicans' background and the House Ethics Committee's investigation into allegations that Gaetz engaged in sexual misconduct and illicit drug use. Democratic Reps Sean Casten of Illinois and Steve Cohen of Tennessee introduced twin privilege resolutions, forcing floor action within 2 legislative days. In a 206 to 198 vote, all but 1 Republican voted to refer Casten's resolution back to the Ethics Committee. In a statement, Casten accused his Republican colleagues of voting to sweep these allegations under the rug and set an unfortunate precedent. He said he would continue to pursue the report's release.
Well, he definitely did that shit.
And it just keeps coming to light over and over again, no matter what. Every time he's brought back into the limelight, more stuff comes out. So it's like, at this point, what...
Didn't you traffic a child?
What could that report say that hasn't already been said?
Yeah,
but
probably some pretty bad shit.
Yeah.
Now, another one of Trump's early cabinet picks was Fox News host Pete Hegseth, who ran into trouble almost immediately when it came out that he had paid a settlement related to the alleged sexual assault of a coworker. Now, even more accusations are coming out, leading Pete Hegseth to claim that, listen, if I'm confirmed by the Senate to run the Department of Defense, I promise to stop drinking. Seems like a fair deal.
Yeah, that's the one stipulation.
All the allegations
Send that
against me
6 fingers.
are about me getting fucking blackout drunk and doing something bad. So if I just stop drinking, you get the good Pete every day.
Definitely promise to do that.
Yeah, listen, I only ever drink when I'm in a high-stress situation. And being the Secretary of Defense seems like a pretty easy job. So this will not be a problem for 4 years. Here's CNN's Manu Raju. Pete Hegseth told incoming Senate Armed Services Chairman Roger Wicker that he wouldn't drink if confirmed the job. He views the job as so important that he volunteered that, Wicker told me. I didn't ask him.
Okay.
Clearly something you would offer as a bargaining chip if it were something that were quite literally altering your life in a significant way. People who can control their intake aren't going to promise to give up drinking for something because it's not affecting them, and they hadn't even thought of suggesting that.
The fact that he decided unprompted to start going around telling people that he promises to stop drinking if confirmed to the position tells you everything that you need to know.
Well, like, because so many stories have come out about him acting pretty wild while shit-faced. But this latest promise to be a very good boy from Hegseth comes in the wake of a recent New Yorker article that goes into detail about his drinking as well as other misconduct allegations. which also led to other outlets looking into this and finding out that, yeah, his drinking's been a big problem over the years.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Hegseth's record before becoming a full-time Fox News TV host in 2017 raises additional questions about his suitability to run the world's largest and most lethal military force. A trail of documents corroborated by the accounts of former colleagues indicates that Hegseth was forced to step down by both of the two nonprofit advocacy groups that he ran, Veterans for Freedom and Concerned Veterans for America, in the face of serious allegations of financial mismanagement, sexual impropriety, and personal misconduct. A previously undisclosed whistleblower report on Hegseth's tenure as the president of Concerned Veterans for America from 2013 until 2016 describes him as being repeatedly intoxicated while acting in his official capacity, to the point of needing to be carried out of the organization's events. The detailed 7-page report, which was compiled by multiple former CVA employees and sent to the organization's senior management in February 2015, states that at one point, Hegseth had to be restrained while drunk from joining the dancers on the stage of a Louisiana strip club where he had brought his team. The report also says that Hegseth, who was married at the time, and other members of his management team sexually pursued the organization's female staffers, whom they divided into two groups, the party girls and the not party girls.
And regarding his drinking while at Fox News, Pete Hegseth, President-elect Donald Trump's pick for defense secretary, drank in ways that concerned his colleagues at Fox News, according to 10 current and former Fox employees who spoke with NBC News. Two of those people said that on more than a dozen occasions during Hegseth's time as a co-host of Fox and Friends Weekend, which began in 2017, they smelled alcohol on him before he went on air. This is a morning show, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so... And the labeling of over a dozen times is that
hundreds over a dozen.
That means you've lost count. That means someone's just like, I don't know. Yeah, certainly. Would you say more than a dozen? Yeah, I'd say more than a dozen.
Yeah, and he's only working weekends. This wasn't a daily thing, so...
Multiple weeks, apparently.
The same two people plus another said that during his time there, he appeared on television after they'd heard him talk about being hungover as he was getting ready or on set. One of the sources said they smelled alcohol on him as recently as last month and heard him complain about being hungover this fall. Everyone would be talking about it behind the scenes before he went on the air, one of the former Fox employees said.
Yeah, definitely someone that you want in charge of the nation's military. But he promises, so, you know, sometimes you just gotta believe.
Like, who out of all the jobs in like the government or like cabinet positions
that you need to be sober for?
This is the one where your ability to answer the phone at literally any hour of the day or night is pretty fucking important. So, yeah, seems bad.
Yeah. As for one of Trump's other early picks, another announcement was Tulsi Gabbard for Director of National...
Gabbard.
Director of National Intelligence, which was a bold choice for sure. And seeing her change from campaigning for president as a Democrat to full-blown Trump sycophant, been quite the tale. Been quite a few years. But now we might have an idea of how Tulsi Gabbard broke her brain. And honestly, I'd say it's a bit worrisome, especially considering she is slated to become the Director of National Intelligence. Apparently, she really likes getting her news from Russian state television. Yeah, that does align pretty well with her Putin-friendly statements over the past couple of years. I mean, she's already been called out countless times by Democrats for being a Russian asset, and she's gone on TV in the past to essentially parrot direct Russian talking points. So I guess it's good to at least see this partially confirmed. Not that it matters at this point unless Senate Republicans are willing to come out against her, but whatever. With more on the viewing habits of our next Director of Intelligence, National Intelligence, here's ABC News.
Former advisors to Gabbard suggest that her views on Russia and its polarizing leader, Vladimir Putin, have been shaped not by some covert intelligence recruitment as far as they know, but instead by her unorthodox media consumption habits. Three former aides said Gabbard, who left the Democratic Party in 2022, regularly read and shared articles from the Russian news site RT, formerly known as Russia Today, which the U.S. intelligence community characterized in 2017 as the Kremlin's principal international propaganda outlet. While it was not clear to those former staffers whether or when she stopped frequenting the site, one former aide said Gabbard continued to circulate articles from RT long after she was advised that the outlet was not a credible source of information. Doug London, a retired 34-year veteran intelligence officer, said Gabbard's alleged penchant to rely, at least in part, on outlets like RT to shape her views of the world reflects poorly on her suitability to fulfill the responsibilities of a director of national intelligence. That Gabbard's views mirror Russia's narrative and disinformation themes can but suggest naivety, collusion, or politically opportunistic sycophancy to echo whatever she believes Trump wants to hear, London said, adding, none of which bodes well for the president's principal intelligence advisor responsible for enabling the U.S. intelligence community to inform decision-making by telling it like it is.
Okay, again, not feeling very confident about any of these picks so far.
No.
But next up, not a Trump cabinet pick, but Republican Senator Ken Yeager of Tennessee. He was recently charged with a hit and run as well as a DUI while performing a field sobriety test. The senator pissed his pants. So here's local outlet, the Tennessee. Tennessee State Senator Ken Yeager was arrested, booked into a Georgia jail Tuesday night, and accused of getting into a hit and run while driving under the influence while on vacation on Jekyll Island. Yeager, a Republican from Kingston, is chairman of the Senate Republican caucus. Speaking with Yeager, troopers noticed a distinct odor of alcohol on his breath, according to an incident report from the Georgia Department of Public Safety. He admitted that he had been in a crash earlier.
His name is Yeager.
Drank a couple of glasses of wine previously in the day, according to the report. During the stop, Yeager urinated on himself, the incident report notes. He failed his field sobriety test, which had to be cut short due to safety concerns while he was performing a one-leg stand, according to the incident report. He agreed to a breathalyzer, which returned a breath alcohol content of 0.14, according to the incident report. That's almost double.
Yeah, that's pretty high.
Got drunk, hit something, got pulled over, stood on one leg, and pissed his pants is a pretty incredible series of events.
Sober.
You don't understand. I'm different when I'm on Jekyll Island. I turn in, I go from Mr. Hyde to Dr. Jekyll. Glug, 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 glug. It's not my fault. My last name is nominative determinative, Yeager.
Yeah,
But it's
he's drinking wine, though.
Yeah, and it's spelled
Hostile spring mine.
Yeah.
Anyway, this news was followed up with receipts regarding Senator Yeager, and it turns out he's been very friendly to the alcohol industry over the years and has taken campaign donations from alcohol retailers like Total Wine and More, who then requested to open up more stores in his home state.
Cool.
From the Daily Dot, while Yeager may have been out of state, as a lawmaker, he's pushed an effort to make alcohol more accessible in his home state. In 2021, Yeager, who serves as chairman of the Senate Republican caucus, introduced legislation to permit a third Total Wine and More store to open. Yeager's bill was deferred, and the retailer still has just the 2 stores. He has also done away with a specific tax targeting alcohol manufacturers, pushed to reduce the definition of municipality to be cities or towns with 900 people or more instead of 925 for the purposes of the alcoholic beverage laws, and worked to designate multiple businesses to allow consumption of alcohol on site. In January 2023, Yeager also sponsored legislation that reduced the minimum number of days of incarceration from 25 to 17 that a person convicted of a second DUI offense had to serve before being allowed to participate in a substance abuse treatment program.
So, yeah, there you go. And then you go to a vacation on Jekyll Island in another state.
Yeah.
You turn into a monster, and all of those very light touch laws that you helped, they don't affect you anymore. And Georgia comes down too hard, and then you got to piss yourself.
That's what happens on Jekyll Island does not stay on Jekyll Island.
No, turns you into a monster.
Turns you into a vampire.
Anyways, that's the latest. If you lost money on the Hawk Tua coin, we don't feel bad for you. If you want to lose money on this, don't consider it a loss because these bad boys are physical, actual things that
These
you
are not
own.
securities. This is not financial advice.
This is an actual physical doll.
It's a doll. It's a toy. It's a statuette. It's a figurine.
Yeah, it's all collectible. Everything you want it to be.
And it's a limited time offer.
So we'll leave a link in the description.
1 week to go.
Yep.
1 week.
And that's going to be it for our toys. But in the meantime, like the video. We really appreciate it if you like the video. Take a second, scroll down, or scroll up if you're in the comments. Click the like button. Then leave a comment if you want to. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel. And now, popping up over here are our most recent videos. Hey, South Korea tried to do a little coup. Well, it was just one guy and he failed. So check out that video and then check out our video from earlier in the week.
Okay, y'all, drop your Solana wallets. I'm giving out some meme coins for free. Coming to you December 4th. Today's launch day. Whoop, whoop. Hi, TMZ. Say hello to my community. Hi. How are you doing? My Hawk meme coin is live.
So I'm sort of curious, like,
not for the token price itself, but just in terms of the fact that there's fees that are being generated, there's an actual like
Hey
source
guys,
of income.
I hate to interrupt you, Nick. Hello there. But anywho, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Can you imagine being asked questions about a scam, and in the middle of the questioning you go, yeah, I think I'm gonna hit the bed.
So as an avid listener of the Talk Tour podcasts, you probably realize today has been a hard day for me. My Spotify wrap just showed me that this podcast has been all-consuming in my life. I love the insight from Hawk Tour. I love when she interviews Mark Cuban and talks about cryptocurrency. But today I did want to talk about something, because obviously you're going to see a million videos about the Hawk Tour girl, Haley Welch. And why I wanted to talk about it was I did want to talk about this kind of controversy with the cryptocurrency she did a pump and dump with, but also how she clearly isn't like doing it personally, because just with like the onset of her viral fame, vultures just circle straight away. And I'm not trying to be mean or offensive, but she's 22, doesn't seem like the brightest person anyway, and I just feel like she is being taken advantage of. Now, yes, of course, she probably doesn't mind this to an extent, because she's made a lot of money off people like the Paul brothers, I think Jake Paul specifically, like helping her with the podcast. I think they own the podcast, and all these other like ventures she's done. But now she might be getting into legal trouble, and if she was doing this in something that wasn't crypto, like financial, just a general financial market, it's clearly like so illegal what they're doing. And now she's pumping and dumping a shitcoin and making millions off it with whoever put this idea in her head.
Sam's got 6 fingers. It's AI bullshit.
Bad legal repercussions. And I think it's an American thing more than other countries, but I just think, like, even when they first announced she was getting like a management team, I was like, what the actual hell is someone who had one follower getting a management team for? And you don't blame the person so much. Like, I don't blame Hawk Tour girl for signing up to a management company, for starting a podcast, for doing all of these things, because she just was like a general laborer, just someone who worked in a factory, she said, 22 years old. Here you have the chance of a lifetime to become insanely rich. Most average people would just completely accept that, and they wouldn't care. But, of course, the downside of that is no one is looking out for your best interests, and they're just going to direct you where they think they can capitalize off your viral fame to make as much money as possible. And that is epitomised, of course, by something as shady as cryptocurrency to start with. But when it's such a clear pump and dump, everyone knows it, like, straight away. And you probably have seen the CoffeeZilla video, but I want to play a little bit of it, because the guy who was leading the meme coin, his defense of what they were doing is just so fucking insane. And even when they're having this conversation on a Twitter live that you guys might have seen in this video, it's pretty clear Hawk Tour girl doesn't probably understand what the fuck these people are talking about, because she doesn't know anything about cryptocurrency. It's just these vultures circling who've used her, and now if there are repercussions, she's going to be the one to suffer them alongside them. Like, yes, is she making money through this? Of course. Does she understand how she's making money? No. And as I'm going to show you as well, probably her management team posted something on Twitter called Hawkonomics. Forget like Reaganomics, forget Bidenomics. We're going to subscribe to Hawkonomics. But to be fair, I don't really see much of a difference between them. So let's get into the controversy a little bit. Here you see her post about Hawkonomics, which she posted in response to the outrage. Like, I'm not going to pretend I understand cryptocurrency and I understand like everything, like all this jargon that's been thrown out. But basically, just like with lots of this stuff, what it seems like is there were lots of people involved behind the scenes, all getting access to this meme coin before it went on sale to just anyone who wanted one. And obviously, just like with any pump and dump in the crypto space, they're hoping to artificially inflate the price, and then when it hits a certain amount, they all sell and make a lot of money, and then that just tanks the value. And what happens to most of these things, because they're absolutely fucking worthless, the value just goes down to basically nothing, and everyone loses their money. It's pretty easy to understand that Haley Welch, all the team involved in this, all the people they told about this before because they were pre-selling this, they all hold it until it reaches a certain amount with general, I guess, excitement from a shitcoin, and then, yeah, like I said, they dump it. Now, obviously, when you're just a general person who does this, like loads of different meme coins over the years, it's a really shitty thing to do, and it's enabled by the crypto space being like really unregulated. Like we've been saying, if this is stocks, if this is anything to do with just traditional like financial betting and investing, you can't do this because it's fucking illegal. But when it comes to crypto, we saw with the Mr. Beast stuff, because I've been showing you this clip for a long time, he talked about a crypto project he was involved in, where it was basically like insider trading, but he didn't care about bragging about it, his collaboration with like Logan and Gary Vee, because it's not illegal. And you might have seen this recently in another CoffeeZilla video that he made, which is funny because obviously I called out CoffeeZilla for the Mr. Beast stuff before. He deleted the videos and then he's made a good video of Mr. Beast. And people will come into my comments being like, haha, like, you've been proved wrong, apologise to CoffeeZilla. And I'm like, no, like, thank God he finally made a video on someone like Mr. Beast, because it seems like he was selectively choosing not to. But what Haley Welch has done here is pretty similar to what like Gary Vee and others have done in like the NFT space. So that is just like the broad context. What you need to know is viral meme influencer did a pump and dump on a meme coin. So obviously CoffeeZilla is the crypto guy. And like I said before, I think he makes good videos. The only thing I called him out for was defending Mr. Beast, right? But I don't think he's like a totally bad guy or anything like that. But in this video, which you guys probably seen, he plays some clips from one of the people, basically the leader of the shitcoin. And I first want to play you what he said when CoffeeZilla was just listening to the Twitter space, because the justification for just even doing this is just so insane to me.
Need is that there are 4 groups to look out for here. 1, you have Hawk to a girl who is promoting this thing. 2, you have this guy Doc Hollywood, who is like Howie Mandel's like son-in-law or something like that. Like he's this guy who has some connections in Hollywood, and he seems to be the guy connecting Hawk to a girl with crypto. And
nah, we're here to onboard real people outside of this spaces, right? The people here, you guys are already, y'all are ahead every day thinking everything's a scam, and you know what, you guys are right, everything is a scam, but not this.
Who's he talking to?
The target audience, which is why I'm even doing this, which is what's cool about it, is it's not in this spaces. And listen, most of you, we don't want you in the community. Let's be real, right? You're not great people. Honestly, y'all, you guys, right? There's a lot of negativity in the space. I think crypto brings the mentally ill into this thing, right? If you guys are in crypto, you're most likely mentally ill. And I'm gonna count myself as mentally ill for even being here right now. We're trying to actually have fun. We're trying to do something cool. We're trying to give meme tokens away for free to people who have never had any crypto before, any meme tokens. And you guys would be kissing my ass.
So that first clip is just like hilarious that in response to controversy about him doing a blatant pump and dump, again, like the whole thing is just insane. Crypto pump and dump based on a viral stupid meme ladies like shitcoin, and he's getting mad that people are pushing back on him. So this is what the Twitter space was for. But then CoffeeZilla obviously calls him out. Someone else joined the call later and said something like, I feel like as well. And just how I feel about all of this is that it's pretty clear that Haley Welch is being taken advantage of because she just doesn't know any better.
Millions of dollars on fees from this rug pull.
That's not a scheme. That's the
Who's making fees?
So we can keep this thing going for years, okay? That's how do you think there's so many expenses?
Who makes the money on the fees? Someone just made over $1 million on fees. Who made it?
Yes, the creator, right?
Which is who? Who does that own? Who does that belong to?
That belongs to the project.
Who's the project? Who is the project?
Well, the project is over here, Haley Welch, right? And
how much does Haley Welch own?
this is Haley Welch's project.
So she owns all of it.
CoffeeZilla.
I'm just trying to figure out who owns it.
Do you know how much it costs for lawyer fees to create a foundation in the Cayman Islands, to hire directors? You think this stuff pays for itself? Right?
So y'all wanted to make the money on day one? I don't understand. I'm just asking.
We're here every single day.
Millions of dollars
Day one,
fees from the
day
run.
two,
That was a
day
test.
three.
You failed.
know, this is how you run a project forever. Is you have to fund that.
Hey, I'm going to talk to you directly. At the end of the day, your name was the poster child for the token. The whole Hawk 2 meme is used to like market it and launch it. At the end of the day, when CoffeeZilla makes a video about this, you're gonna be in the thumbnail, your name's gonna be in the title. To what Doc or whoever the fuck was saying earlier about traditional Web 2 influencers coming into space and having a bad like reputation in the space, it's for this reason exactly. It's because people enter the space like this with whoever the fuck. Basically what I'm getting at, and I'll wrap up here with just whoever guided you in this, or whoever directed you to do this, or gave you the advice to do this, you should fire them immediately. This 100% was a mismanaged, mislaunched, like, this is, to what CoffeeZilla said, I would label this a scam as well. It's pretty obvious. Like CoffeeZilla brought up, 97% of the token was bundled into the same cluster. And in layman's terms, that just basically means 90%. 97% of all the tokens owned were by related wallets. Friends of friends of friends of friends. They were like...
No, that's not true. It's not true.
Yeah, yes, it is true. Yes, it's 100% true.
Yeah, like that person who came on and just like spoke about this and like how I feel about it as well. It's obviously like a scam. And it's pretty clear that she doesn't know anything about it. So when she says she's going to bed and ending the Twitter space, it's probably like, I'm just going to get in trouble through like being so public about this. And it just feels like more than ever, I guess people could let me know in the comments, has this just like happened like forever? It just feels like nothing can just like live and die on the internet anymore. It has to become like some viral thing. It has to live on, and people have to try and make a brand over something that's so like irrelevant, requires like no talent. And like, fair enough with Haley Welch, she's turned her 15 minutes into 6 months of fame. At the same time, how has she become relevant? Because Vulture circled almost immediately trying to use her to make a profit, and they're still doing that just in a very apparent way, which can now get her in trouble. And what I just hate about our system generally is, yeah, like, I don't mind someone who's an ordinary person making a bit of money over something viral, like, that's whatever. At the same time, this even living any longer than like a month or something just shows you that just everyone is just so infested by greed. We just have to keep like reviving corpses of everything to make them live forever. It just feels like everything has to be completely milked dry until there's nothing left. And is this the last bit of, I'm not going to say the last bit of milking of the Hawk 2 girl, but is this the last thing she's going to do now? Is this the last bit of money she's going to make? Probably not, even though it should be, but at the same time it severely damaged her reputation, where everyone initially thought, you know, it's a stupid meme that went viral, but like, you're an average person, get your money, to, well, now you're just like straight up scamming people for even more money, and all you did was say something funny on camera in a street interview. You don't really deserve it. So yeah, I would say to someone like Haley Welch, and I was giving them advice, because it's clear no one cares about like her as a person. They just see her as a brand to make money. It's just don't talk to these people anymore, make an apology, refund, whatever, move away from them, continue doing your like amazing podcast, and just focus on that, because that is more sustainable. Yeah, it might not make you £1 million in like 1 hour, but you might have some sort of YouTube career, podcast career for the foreseeable future. That'll be a steady bit of revenue for you, because you're only 22 years old, right? And
is the party already over?
Look at that hip twist. Oh, and she mowed. Okay. We might have to buy a battle pass. I'm not gonna lie. This is kind of becoming problematic. Where's Squirrel Girl? I need to make sure I have her unlocked. How do I unlock? Do I get like 1 free unlock game? I don't know.
Yo, Squirrel Girl's thick.
Oh, hell no.
Let's go.
Oh, hell no.
God.
You done ruined it. Oh, hell no.
This fame, as much as they're trying to make it last, is not going to last. So you're going to have to pivot to something. And pivoting to crypto scams is going to make you die even quicker. So yeah, that's what I would say to just that generally. But yeah, it appears Hawkonomics isn't legit, sadly. And I'm just really devastated about that. Haley Welch, please just focus on the Talk to a podcast. I don't know what I'm going to listen to while editing videos if you don't keep making this.
All right, so Dana White has been getting pretty desperate trying to promote that Power Slap League that he started, and you can tell it's not going too well because now he's basically resorted to humiliating himself to try to get people to watch it, which he's been getting roasted for by UFC fans. But Dana has really convinced himself that this is the future, that this is going to be bigger than the UFC, which he's probably the only person on the planet who believes that.
Yeah, dude, you're dumb. It's just watching people get brain damage. It's fun about. And Charlie jumped on it early. It's critical, and it was novel, but it's done. Now fucking Dana White thinks he can get $1 trillion off of it because he's stupid, just like all these assholes.
And he just sounds so delusional when he talks about this stupid sport, if you can even call it a sport. I mean, comparing it to UFC is just insulting to UFC fighters. But Dana, he is just so confident in this. At least he tries to sound confident. But now it seems like he's more just desperate because he just goes way too hard trying to promote this. And he makes all these ridiculous claims that nobody believes.
Not only is it unbelievable money-wise, it's been unbelievable as far as social media goes. We're #1 in all of sports. And when I say all of sports, if you take the NFL, the NBA, the NHL, F1, WWE, and who am I forgetting, and added them all together, their numbers don't compare to Slaps.
Live. That seems a little doubtful.
Yeah, you can doubt it all you want.
I mean,
and Dana gets really defensive about it. Like, he went on Flagrant and he was saying all this crazy shit, like that Power Slap has more followers than every professional sports team. And Schultz is like, more than some soccer teams like Real Madrid. And Dana's like, I'm not sure, but yeah, I'd say so. And Schultz just laughs in his face because it's not even close. I mean, Real Madrid has 158 million more Instagram followers than Power Slap. And Schultz could have called him out even more on it. Like, he's definitely taking it easy on him because, you know, he's a kiss ass, but still Dana felt disrespected. Because also you can tell all Dana wanted to talk about was Power Slap, and Schultz, you try to change the conversation or make jokes about it. And then Dana would always try to bring it back and would be like, man, you guys don't get it. You're just trying to brush this off like it's no big deal, but this is huge. This is gonna be bigger than the UFC. And I understand he's just trying to promote it, but this is a terrible way to promote it, especially because nobody believes him.
We have over 1 billion YouTube views, right?
Yeah.
8 of the top 12 largest YouTube shorts against other major sports are Power Slap. And 4 of the top 5 largest YouTube shorts on UFC channel. We're #1, 2, 3, and 4 on UFC. And when you think about Conor McGregor, Ronda Rousey, Brock Lesnar, all the big stars, this thing absolutely dominates. We have more followers than every single professional sport. Every professional sports team, we have more followers than them in 15 months.
More than like Real Madrid or like these soccer teams?
I don't know about the soccer teams, but I would say yes. Yeah. Every fucking sports team, we have more followers.
Soccer.
So I would say yes. Yes.
Okay, but we can get to Power Slap in a little bit. I still want to go through the UFC.
Back to the shit.
But the similarities between what's going on
this
with
is
that
why you
right
believe
now,
in it so much, because so when people go...
I want you guys to wrap your fucking brains around this.
Yeah.
When I talk about Power Slap, you're all dismissive, like, I hit you with fucking numbers. You can't.
You can't refute it.
We have more views than any Taylor Swift video ever posted.
Oh, now you talking about the Swifties, bro.
Power Slap has more.
He's lying.
We have more views than any fucking Taylor Swift.
Imagine you got Taylor in one.
There's other stats that I'm hitting with that are just fucking.
You gotta get Taylor to do a Power Slap, dude.
But they're unbelievable. Yeah. But when you look at this thing from a business perspective and you look at the numbers, you know what I mean? But we're talking about guys fucking slapping each other. You guys are like, let's talk more about the UFC. The UFC was worse.
And Dana talks about all these views on YouTube, but I'd say like probably 70% of them are from shorts, maybe even more. You know, most of the views that come from Power Slap are TikToks, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts, which means people are watching for like 15 to 20 seconds. You know, because that's basically all it's good for. Like if people are scrolling and they see two guys slapping each other, they'll stop and watch for a little. But nobody's ever going to go out of their way to watch a whole Power Slap event like they do with the UFC, because it's just way too repetitive and there's nowhere near the same amount of skill and athleticism showcased. Like there's so much more going on in MMA. You know, you have wrestling, jiu-jitsu, boxing, Muay Thai, and even if you want, you can slap people. So you have the best of everything, and you can play defense.
And slapping
Power
is
slap,
just
it's just slapping. So who would choose to watch that over MMA? And Bob Menery once even brought this up to Dana during a Nelk podcast. And of course, Dana got all offended and called him an idiot. But at least someone's being honest with him. You know, clearly he's surrounded by too many yes men. And now he just sounds delusional when he's talking about this. You know, to act like it's a legit sport. I mean, he compares it to boxing. He's like, what's the difference between this and boxing?
As an average person that turns on the TV and I watch Power Slap, I'll tell you what I do. I watch match 1, and it's the same. I watch match 2, it's the same. I watch match 3, it's the same. And I watch 4, it's the same. Somebody gets slapped in the face and they're done. That's it.
Tell me what's the same about each match you watch.
Somebody raises their right hand, they then make direct contact with somebody's face, and then somebody either falls or they don't. That's it.
So what happens when you watch a fight?
A fight, you can take somebody down, you can cut somebody's elbow open.
Boxing, which has been popular for over 100 years.
Because
what's different?
I mean, the athletes are obviously I think different.
No, he's smart. You're stupid. And he gets it and you don't.
I love that. Yes, no, Power Slap is great. Everybody bow down to Power Slap.
Do you think that?
Listen, Power Slap Let's move. You have a bunch of no names slapping each other.
There's nothing I value more in my life than business advice from Bob Menery.
There we go.
Nothing I value more.
Yeah, so when Bob Menery is the voice of reason and has good business advice for you, you know you're down bad. I mean, Dana's really making a fool out of himself with this Power Slap League. I mean, recently, I guess Power Slap is going so well for him, he decided to partner with a corn star to give away a McLaren to someone who tunes into the next Power Slap event. That's how desperate he is for people to watch. And he also did this insanely cringy TikTok where she's in a suitcase and he's like wheeling her around. At first, I honestly couldn't believe it. Like most people, I think they were like, please tell me this is AI. But unfortunately, it's real, which is just sad to see. I mean, this guy's worth $500 million. He already has an incredibly successful business. He has a family and kids. But he's resorted to doing TikToks with a corn star to get people to watch his slap league, which UFC fans aren't very happy about. You know, he's just getting destroyed in the comments. Like almost everyone is negative, and people are just confused and embarrassed for him because he's just making a joke out of himself. It's crazy. I mean, the comments are like, dude, what's going on here? Like, what's wrong with you? And somebody said, doesn't this guy have a wife and kids? And you can see the pain in his face, bro. What the F? Someone is blackmailing the boss. What the F is wrong with the UFC? Like, everybody's just freaked out by this. And somebody said, Dana, this is low even for you. So I don't know what he's thinking here. I mean, honestly, it seems like he's just trying to turn the sport into an even bigger joke than it already is. Like, he thinks that's going to help somehow. But I don't know. You know, I don't think anybody's going to be like, oh, now I need to tune into Power Slap. Like, even if I was guaranteed to win that car, they still couldn't get me to watch that shit. And who wants this car? It's like some stupid car with Jelly Bean written all over it, which is the corn star's name.
I like my suitcase.
We are here in the garage at UFC headquarters. This is Jelly Bean. She paid $200,000 for this car in the Vegas Auto Gallery, and she's giving it to you for free. The way you enter is go to powerslap.com/giveaway. And you can watch Power Slap live and free on Rumble this Friday night, and there will be a code that will pop up. It'll give you 10 extra entries. This little badass is giving away a $200,000 car. We will see you Friday night.
Yeah, so Dana White is down bad. I mean, as a UFC fan, this is difficult to watch. And now, of course, people are coming up with conspiracy theories with the whole luggage thing. You know, people are saying it's a humiliation ritual, but it's more humiliating for him, obviously. You know, for her, this is probably the least humiliating thing she's done. Like, her whole career is just humiliating herself, so this is nothing for her. But Dana, I mean, he looks like he's just dying inside because obviously this is embarrassing. I mean, even Joe Rogan on his recent podcast, he pulled up one of the ads where she's talking about giving away the car, and he's like, wow, we are the dumbest people that ever lived. And then he just starts trashing Power Slap, and it sounds like he agrees with Bob Menery, so I'm sure Dana hates hearing this.
Giving away this McLaren 600 LT at Power Slap for free. Check out the links in our bios on how to enter. Everybody said.
No,
wow, we're the dumbest race. We're so dumb.
What are the accounts that collabed with it? It was UFC, right?
Yeah, it was for Power Slap event.
We are. Of course, it's for Power Slap. That's just as dumb. We are the dumbest motherfuckers that have ever lived. We really are.
What do you think about Power Slap?
I don't get it. I've watched it a ton of times on like little Instagram reels. You know, when it shows up, I watch guys get KO'd. I would never advise anybody to do it. I don't care how good you are at getting slapped. I don't care how good you are at slapping people. For me, the whole idea of fighting is to hit and not get hit. Like, the whole idea is the skill. It's like you impose your skill set. It's like a human chess game. That's the opposite. You're just standing in front of each other, whacking each other in the face.
So it sounds like everybody except for Dana understands that this will never be a real sport and it's just too ridiculous. But even he, I think, is starting to realize that, and that's probably why he's trying to turn it into an even bigger clown show than it already is. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes from here. Let me know what you guys think. And if you want more content from me, I just talked about the most recent Protect Our Parks over on Patreon. Joe and Shane Gillis were roasting Tony Hinchcliffe for being an idiot and a ton of other stuff. And there are over 100 exclusive videos on Patreon. So if you like the channel, want extra content, make sure you check it out. There'll be a link in the description.
Hostile RCXD in your AO.
An assassin, if that makes sense.
Love you, Denims.
I feel like usually liberals, they're too pussy. And they're like, guys,
that's right, you
so
stop.
very nice to this person. But because the American healthcare system is so shit, even liberals have stopped complaining and being annoying. And even liberals are like, okay, actually, I think you guys did. Yeah, this guy, the CEO guy did suck, actually. Actually, you're right. He did suck. And actually, no, I don't care. Yeah, people are making a bunch of fan art. And then there was this one I wanted to share with you guys. One sec. Oh my God, sorry. I just... Where is it? I have so much good shit. So much. So many good shit posts, dude.
DNML.
Sorry, one at a time. Don't worry, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you guys, okay? Yes, yes, yes. Where is it? Where's the one I'm looking for? Found it. You gained karma. then there was this one. Careful, he's a hero. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, dude. Okay, and then there was healthcare insurance CEOs hate him for discovering this one weird trick to combat corruption. Learn how you can't. Rest in piss, bozo. Oh my God. Oh God. Some good highlights on this. New York City is crazy, man. How do you pull up in a hoodie, kill the CEO of the 4th largest company in America with a silencer on the hammer at 6:40 a.m. and peel off with a city bike riding through Central Park? GTA couldn't come up with that. I cannot get over how walking into Central Park will reset your wanted star. The NYPD has nothing on this man except like 4 photos where you can't make out any real features. Yet motherfuckers want to act like this dude was an amateur. LMFAO. Like, this literally could be anyone. This is like, there are at least 4 million people in New York City that look exactly like this. This one is good. Bro got assassinated by a cutie patootie. This one. Wanted dead, and then or alive is crossed out. And then it has a bunch of CEOs.
I mean, it's dark, but
dude.
Fuck you, CEOs. Seriously.
Fucking Peach. No, if you post this, they're gonna get security guards. And then Elon Musk, it's not based to kill a CEO, it's afraid. This one's a pretty good one as well, yeah. Yup. These are some good memes, dude. These are some good ones. Oh, God. Legit bangers, yeah. Oh, that one is something else I want to look at. Oh, fuck, dude. This one is like the best one I've seen. You've gained karma. And then I want to go over the Copers chat. Insurance executives are not murderers. About that. About that. Here's the thing. Oh. Correct. They are mass murderers. Yeah.
Social murder, like Hassan was talking about.
Call me crazy, but I don't think being the party of murdering a father because of his job is a great political choice. New right-wing thing is describing crimes as generically as possible to pretend like they're not crimes. Someone gets convicted of a conspiracy and they start yelling, wow, it's illegal to make plans with friends now, but now in the opposite way.
Slay, Cinemark, Slay, DNM, Slay, KK, Slay, iOS, LOI, VOS, SSLOI.
Slay. Mid-medium, think you're the 11 ones. In Murray's chart, we saw 45K people die from being under or having no insurance. Yeah. The context of this painting depicts actually makes his take work because it's a useful idiot standing up. Yeah. It'd be a letdown if the dude was hired by the CEO of someone's wife or something. Yeah, I'm really hoping we don't find out. I want my headcanon to be accurate, so he can't exist as a real person, so he needs to not get caught. It's just John, thank you. Thank you for the 32 months.
DNM love.
Yeah. You can't pretend like, oh, apparently the left hates people having jobs now. If you get a job, maybe someone will assassinate you because of it. It's like, what realm are we in that we're just going to ignore the job he had in the industry he had? What world do we live in that we're just going to totally ignore the very relevant context of why nobody gives a fuck? Shooter allegedly went in Starbucks as well before the shooting. Well, yeah, but the pictures of that guy are like, it's not even the same jacket in the photo. It's literally a different jacket. Or the same backpack, yeah. It's just like finding that particular guy is going to be impossible. You know how hard it is? Okay, for anyone who hasn't been to New York, this was kind of a culture shock for me a little bit growing up in New York. Everybody in New York wears, like almost everybody, and then except for like the art students, almost everybody wears black, dark gray, or dark blue.
I think we found the identity of the shooter link.
Okay? Everybody wears that. Everybody, like 90% of like people's wardrobes in New York look like that. I'm telling you that that's what my wardrobe looked like. My wardrobe was almost all gray and black. And then I moved to California. I was like, whoa, there's other colors? Wait a minute. You guys serious right now? And then slowly over time, I'm like, dude, I miss wearing dark gray and black. So I've been removing all of the color out of my closet and replacing it with gray and black. Anyways, the amount of people that have, when I was in school in New York, the number of people that you could find that had this exact fit, it was like every room that had more than 10 people in it had at least 5 of these people in it. Okay? This is just factually true. This is just the accurate truth. This is the reality. The amount of white dudes with this build in New York, it's in the millions. It's in the millions, okay? They're not, if this is the only photo they have, this one and that one zoomed in photo, which I don't know if I have it. I don't have it right now. If those are the only 2 photos, they're not going to find him. If that's the only thing that they have on him, they can't find him. Backpack is kind of unique, and maybe the gun. Well, I don't even think that they got the gun. I don't think he left the gun. Unless he did.
No, just the casings with the writing on it.
Fuck him, he makes millions at the misery of other people. I have no sympathy for people who operate in industries dedicated to shitting on the poorest citizens. His family is set with hundreds of millions, plus we know for sure the dude has a life insurance policy. Nah, it's just the shells. Yeah. They can find the city bike. I mean, finding the city bike isn't enough, right? He didn't use a city bike also, apparently. I know for a while everyone was saying that it was a city bike, but if it's not a city bike, it's interesting. I thought that they confirmed it wasn't a city bike now. Oh, wow. Yeah. I was going to say.
They are never going to catch this dude. And you know what? They shouldn't. This is the first piece of like actual justice American people have felt in I don't even know how long. 50 years or plus.
That seems like really inconvenient to use a city bike. Because now you have to go through the trouble of like.
Won't somebody think of the shareholders who lost a few points on their holdings yesterday?
Now you have to go through the trouble of like making, getting like a burner and then like making a separate account and then adding funds to that account like that, or like using somebody else. Like that seems like a hassle. United Healthcare stock price went up though. Dude, wait. Okay, I'm also down for this reality too.
Sorry, I'm not getting
the
Delta
reality
Force.
where like getting CEOs killed off, like internally. That this is a new corporate strategy for raising the value of a company. Okay. Oh, the stock is down now though. It's actually down.
All targets declared hostile. Happy hunting, Crimson.
Imagine you plan out your escape and you go where you left your bike and someone stole it. Oh god, dude. You're like, no, what the fuck? Can't have shit in New York.
Zone C secure.
Oh god. Anyways. Everyone watching Brian Thompson go down on the sidewalk.
Body drop.
Securing zone A.
Fucking done with you. Oh god, Jesus Christ. Oh, dude. Brian Thompson denying claims for life-saving surgery so he can increase shareholder profits by 0.00001%.
Taking A.
Objective capture underway.
Oh no. Oh no. It's almost like some companies shouldn't be publicly traded. What? Are you kidding me? Wait, what? Healthcare shouldn't be a commodity that we publicly trade? It shouldn't be speculative? What? No. No. Did we see this already? Funniest thing about this is that Lyft confirmed the man who assassinated the healthcare CEO did not ride a city bike. So this dumbass, in the process of trying to help the police identify him, spread misinfo that might have well aided his escape. Yes. 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 Good.
Taking C.
Yes. Also, I'm so sorry, but like this one Twitter lib You guys have seen that one Twitter live post that's like, leftists be like, loading pales in the compared to the strategy of firebombing a Walmart and then not firebomb a Walmart.
I think we found the assassin link.
Do you guys know what tweet I'm talking about? This one? People on Twitter will really be like, you believe in voting? That pales in the effectiveness of my strategy. Firebombing a Walmart and then not firebomb a Walmart. In very funny fashion, do you know what they tweeted very recently?
Losing Bravo.
Not to be that one annoying woman cheering on the assassination of a random CEO is both bad and morally and politically. His death does literally zero to make the world a better place. Someone's mad the Walmart actually got firebombed. Hey man, okay, listen, if that CEO's assassination had anything at all to do with Anthem, Blue Cross calling off the surgery cap for anesthesia, it actually did something. It actually, in fact, did make the world a better place. And of course, Anthem is not going to say that this is why, right? Because then they're admitting that it's effective. So they're not going to say that that's true, that that's what's happened. It was only one state? No, it was like 3 or 4 states. For anyone who missed it, Anthem Blue Cross was introducing this very controversial, very not good plan to limit coverage of anesthesia. So if your surgery is over a certain period of time, you will only be covered up until a point. Sorry. People on Twitter will really be like, you believe killing health insurance CEOs? That pales in the effectiveness to my strategy of winning elections and then not winning elections.
Taking Bravo underway. Securing zone A.
No, stop, no. No. Anyways, yeah, Blue Cross, Anthem Blue Cross, which I had this insurance for a short period of time. It's fucking horrible. It's fucking dog shit, dude. It's so bad. They had publicized the decision to no longer pay for anesthesia care if the surgery or procedure goes beyond an arbitrary time limit, regardless of how long the surgical procedure takes. So like if heart surgery normally takes 5 hours, I don't know how long heart surgery takes, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Ooh, tough. Our only covers the first 3 hours of surgery. So for the rest of the anesthetic, you have to pay that out of pocket. Ooh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry. They wake you up in the middle of the surgery and then they ask you for your PIN number so that you can insert your credit card and swipe. Yeah. Sorry, there's just nothing we can do about it. Yeah. Yeah. Which is an insane fucking concept. Like, what? I don't want my surgeons to speed run. Okay? No, I don't want glitch allowed speed run surgery. No, I don't want clipping in my surgery. No, I want my surgeon to take his. I want 100% completion on my surgeries. Okay? Not any percent. Not any percent. No. No. You don't reconnect a couple vessels and you're like, okay, we're done. No. I would like 100% completion, no mistakes.
Zone out.
Okay.
Charlie secured.
If they could no clip to avoid breaking the ribcage for heart surgery, I'm not against that. Okay, well that one's fair. That one actually, yes.
Alpha.
Yes. If they could find a way to do that, that actually, okay.
Controlling Bravo.
That one is fine. That one's fine. Legendary all skulls on as a European, American health system confuses me. It confuses us too. We hate it. We actually hate it. And also it's like as if going to surgery isn't stressful enough.
Move up, long guns frag.
Anyways,
Losing
yeah.
Bravo.
After hearing from people across the state about this concerning policy, my office reached out to Anthem, and I'm pleased to share that this policy will no longer be going into effect here in Connecticut.
Taking Alpha.
Interesting.
Hostile RCXD in your AO.
Interesting that they were like, actually, just kidding.
Standing by. We've locked down A.
Actually, just kidding, dude. Base Taylor Lorenz. She tweeted out in response to this decision, the initial decision to remove anesthesia coverage.
Enemy CUAV inbound.
She tweeted, and people wonder why we want these executives dead. And people are trying to make her seem unbased, but all they've done is make her look extra based. Like, if you point at the reason why people don't give a fuck about this guy getting murdered, you are not necessarily saying, yeah, let's go kill them all. You're saying people don't give a fuck that these people are dying because these are the same people that are killing them. Now, let's see how Fox News has been covering it, shall we? Let's look at Paul Allen's card. Let's see Paul Allen's card.
All right, a Fox News alert. The manhunt for the gunman who murdered the United Healthcare CEO enters its third day right now. Chanley Painter is here in Studio M with the latest evidence.
Was not having a state-funded health care the plan for the U.S. from the beginning, or did it somehow become that way, non-American here? Well, we didn't really have health care in like the 1700s. It was kind of just you go to the doctor and then they give you like some tincture of cocaine and opioids, and they're like, this'll make your cold better. Also, here's some free leeches. So, yeah. I'm sorry, your wife is experiencing hysteria. Here, let her masturbate. Like, our science wasn't, which to be fair, sometimes all you do need 40 leeches, a Coke butter, and you need to come. That's it. That's doctor's orders. Oh, sorry, honey. Doctor's orders. They were actually cooking. Hold up. Hold up. All right. You have a cold, we need to amputate. Oh God, dude. Yeah, anyways, yeah. I mean, modern medicine only really developed, what, in like, I would say the past 100 years? When was germ theory established? Late 1800s? Early 1900s? Somewhere between 1850 and 1920. Okay, so, yeah. Yeah. The concepts behind germ theory were suggested in, it seems like, the 1700s, but then we didn't really, like, start genuinely studying them until the 1800s, when we got the first smallpox vaccination. So, yeah. Which, by the way, vaccines, the history of vaccines is so fucking cool. It's so fucking cool. They literally just, unsurprisingly, the origins of vaccines as we know them today, or where modern vaccines technically originally originated, was China, where they realized that you could like take people's like pustules, like people's pox pustules, and use that to inoculate other people. Yeah. Obviously, we've come a long way since then. I'm eating denim. Sorry. Bro, you want to hit off my postural? Yo, let me try some of that. Well, they found after testing it that you could potentially avoid getting it or getting it really bad if you were exposed to a small, weak version of it. Which, like, that was the beginning. And then it eventually was found that milkmaids were, like, almost immune to smallpox because they were introduced to cowpox. And cowpox is not nearly as life-threatening. And then from there, we basically developed the modern vaccine. So we kind of knew that something was in there that made you better, but we didn't know what. Late 1800s, early 1900s, we developed germ theory and the rest of history. But like modern medicine as we know it, like the level that we know it, only within the past 100 years. Snorting vaccines off of milkmaids. Oh, God. All right, hold up. What were we? Yes, let's see.
Evidence that could solve the case. Shanley.
That's right. Hey, Steve. So police appear to be closing in on the identity of the man suspected of gunning down 50-year-old Brian Thompson Wednesday morning outside a New York City hotel. Police sources revealing to Fox that they had a cell phone they believe was dropped by the suspect near the scene with fingerprints and a water bottle purchased by the suspect at a nearby Starbucks that is being used to build a DNA profile. We are also learning the suspect arrived in the city more than a week ago on a Greyhound bus from Atlanta before checking into a hostel in the Upper West Side using a fake ID and paying in cash. These photos were taken at that hostel, the first images to show the alleged paying in cash. These a hostel in the Upper West Side using a fake ID and paying in cash. These photos were taken at that hostel, the first images to show the alleged masked assassin's face smiling. Reportedly, in a moment, he pulled his face covering down to...
Which, first of all, these aren't even like the same jacket or backpack. These don't even look the same. Second of all, even with the fucking Facetune smile.
I just hope they don't catch us, dude. Like,
that's not. Do you know how many white guys look like this?
Like, I'm sorry. I don't want to be like that, but it's pretty rare for normal people to get away with something, and rich people are the ones that usually always get away with. And for once, could we let the little guy get away with something? Let the little guy who's like worked really hard and very smart, like, you know what? Maybe even despite technically this being a horrible thing, like it might be able to improve the world. Because he was a horrible cunt. Made money off of death and like all insurance. So the fact that the news, like, you should not be happy with it. It's kind of like, you want us to have cognitive dissonance. Everybody hates the insurance company. It's like, on its face, it is foolish. The news, it's just like, it's capitalism, y'all. I don't know if anyone's listening. Matt, see if you're here, I love you, man. But capitalism, it's brain poison. And it's like, despite the fact that it has brought us into the modern world, the model, I think like it's pretty much, since the 80s, I think capitalism is tapped out. Not needed. Since the computer age, I think socialism is primed to take over, because the Soviet Union did a whole lot more, a whole lot quickly with technology. Capitalist powers did, specifically speaking. And what China is doing, like, it's But I in a lot of left-wing circles, and a lot of these fucking assholes are like, China's not communist, they're capitalist. They're not. At least at the very most, they're not a free market. Like the furthest thing from if you wanted to if you wanted to define capitalism, like I define capitalism as it has full power. Yes, capitalism. Like not only like the economic power, but they're also the political power. Basically, like what we have is this is true capitalism. In China, they have capitalist economic factors, but the Chinese Communist Party has a fucking lock on all of it. Brutal lock. Like, there's nothing free about that market. The market goes through the Chinese Communist fucking Party. And if there's any criminals, anyone who breaks the law in that dynamic, Chinese Communist Party will bring the fucking hammer down. Crime is bad enough, you will go down. So anyone, like all these fucking coffee shop leftists are like, China is a state. You have no idea what you're talking about. You probably don't know much about capitalism. There's a difference between development and just laissez-faire capitalism. I don't think capitalism can exist. Communist Party in charge of the state. Not truly. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, honestly, CCP is exploiting capitalism. Let's flip the script. Usually capitalists exploit the workers. But it's, I think maybe this idea of like the workers exploiting the capitalists for the sake of building up their country is smart. Going on a tangent. Get another drink.
Stock, thank you for the 5 months.
And denims, I would just tell me anything. I worship the ground you walk on.
Flirt with the hostile clerk. Police sources saying he shared a room there with at least 2 other men.
What I heard is that he stayed on the 407, like really next to the bathroom, like right next to mine. I'm used to violence because I'm from Rio de Janeiro. There's a lot there, but like not that kind of like cold and meticulous and professional killing.
Police are also homing in on the type of gun used in the murder. A firearms expert telling Fox this, quote, "It is a very unique pistol and they don't make that many of them. If it is the gun, they will be able to narrow him down to a very small number of purchases."
It's so stupid too because there's so many. If he was coming from Atlanta. So if he was coming from the South, do you know how easy it is to get a gun and not have it be registered under your name? You know how easy it is to get like a black market gun or to get a private sale gun? You can just like go to someone's fucking yard sale and be like, yeah, I want that gun.
Yeah, do you think these assholes are going to start
face-to-face?
Like seriously, do you think like the right wing, in the name of protecting the CEOs of healthcare companies? Hey! Yeah, I can hear. My cat's just meow, 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 meow. Won't shut up. Thinking I can't hear. Whatever. I wish me and my cats can get on the communications level. We are not on the same page when it comes to what we're trying to get across, and it drives me nuts. Humanity, why haven't we developed better technologies to communicate with our cats? Louder. No one can hear you meow, but I can. So no one's gonna. Give us a meow. Like, my cat's like a real jerk. Like he'll be sitting right here. He'll meow because like he'll meow when he like wants a treat. And there's just not enough treats in the world to satisfy his gargantuan hunger. But he'll meow in my ear. And I'm just like, I've given you so many, no more, please. I'm gonna run out. When I run out, you're gonna keep begging, and it's insane. This is a long story, backstory. My cat's treat addiction. But it'll meow, but then when I kind of like try to ignore it, it'll meow louder. Like it's like, can you not hear me, dude? Meow. And it's I don't think pets should stress you out as much, specifically cats. Aren't like having a pet supposed to kind of like soothe you, make you feel good, pet it. My cat is stressing me out, Jack. I got 2 of them, but one of them just like won't stop meowing. Here, jumps and like, give me. I'm about to just stop. Just done. Just cut them off. Y'all eat your cat food. No more of these. Can't get enough. Wow, this is a great stream. Probably one of the greatest streams of all time. Ooh.
Interactions or face-to-face gun sales are legal. Give. And then there's no, like, you're hoping that you get to find the person who eventually, first of all, they don't even have the gun. So they don't have any serial number. They don't have anything. They only have the shells. Or the casings, rather, excuse me. So they don't even have the gun. They're hoping that they can find who bought, go through the entire list of everyone who's bought a gun like that, and hopefully one of them maybe sold it to him or something. And also, apparently, I don't know that much on this stuff, but I do know that it's a small-ish issue where you can 3D print a lot of parts for guns. Like, you are allowed to buy components of guns and then just kind of like 3D print a bunch of other parts for the gun, and it'll work. The barrel's the hardest part. Yeah, I mean, you would buy the barrel, right? And then maybe you would buy some of the parts that belong to the gun, and then you would buy, and then you could 3D print the rest of the parts or buy the 3D printed parts. Ghost guns, yes. I think it's the receiver that's the part that's regulated, and you can print the rest, yeah. So, like, if this guy was committed enough to get a silenced pistol, get a fake ID, fucking pay in cash, like,
you know, people might call this an assassination, but I call it American ingenuity. Like, that's hard work. That's you know, elbow grease, you know, work ethic. We should be proud as a country.
I think gun rights are too important for us to investigate it further, Smile. You can buy an unfinished upper and an unfinished lower and then mill them together with no serial number. Yeah, and then it's impossible because not only do they now have to look for everyone who's ever bought that gun and see if those people have sold any of their guns, and if they have, who they sold it to, but then they also have to...
I'm kind of having, like, my mind blown at the moment, to be honest. I'm sitting here eating hummus and tortillas. I got my cat meow in my fucking ear over here. And I'm thinking, it's like, whoa. Because, like, you know, the gun control issue has been a thing for so long. And this is a significant development. Because what is the right wing's position on this? Are they going to be like, we need the gun control? Is this whole keeping the Second Amendment going, like, actually helping the cause? Obviously it's like something's, no, honestly, if we're at a political point where we weren't worrying about gun violence in schools, like, we'd probably be in a political place closer where there wouldn't be like assassinations happening. Whatever, don't listen to me.
See anyone who's sold parts of a gun and then see if those people remember who they sold the parts of the gun to. Like, this is unbelievably impossible with the information they're saying they have. Which currently, from my understanding, the information they have is just these photos.
Purchasers. And while a motive is still not clear, as we reported yesterday, the suspect left behind possible clues in the words "deny, depose, defend" written on shell casings and live rounds left there at the scene, possibly a message to the murdered CEO of one of the largest healthcare companies in the world. Steve.
Lots of more details. Chanley, thank you very much. Let's bring in Frank Loveridge. He's a former Secret Service special agent in charge of all sorts of stuff. You worked with George W. Bush, Barack Obama. It's good to have you, Frank.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so we've got a much better picture of this guy because when he checked...
Also, as if the people who sell parts of guns would comply with the government. Yeah. Like, the type of person who sells, like, unfinished parts of a gun is gonna like have the FBI or like the cops show up at their door and be like, yeah, I'm down to tell you guys all the information you need to know. What?
Apparently he was wearing a black mask, a face mask, and starts flirting with the hostel clerk, and she said, I got to see your face, probably to check you in. He pulled it down. He's smiling. We got a better idea. Where does it go from here?
Well, I think they're closing in on him now. It's the fourth day right now. We're looking at, we have a facial recognition on him now. We've got some DNA possibly off of one of the items he had, water bottle.
Also, can we just point out the fact that people die all of the time? And people get murdered all of the time, and we don't get anywhere close to this level of care for those people? Like, literally, people die to the fucking cops. What? How many people a day? How many people a year die to the cops and get no justice? And we're like, we're all looking for the guy who did this. But the second a CEO gets murdered, it's like, everybody, stop. We need to stop. We have to find this guy. Anyone who has information, we need to get this guy immediately.
Shit. There's probably some cops that are kind of like... some cops that have been fucked over by the healthcare system in the United States of America, which is the majority of people. You know who literally the only people in the shut up. Jesus. You know who the only people in the United States who have not been fucked over by the insurance companies are people who work for this company. Everyone else has been. By the very nature of our healthcare system. Why you ain't gonna meow on the mic? You're gonna meow just out of mic range so no one can enjoy your sweet little meows. Finish these challenges. Jeez. Denims, I'm sorry for interrupting you. You absolute dust. It's queen. And yeah, it's. I mean, I'm. Politics are just the plus, but Denims, you're breathtaking. Breathtaking. I'm gonna say though.
Then we got a phone we need to look into. Right. We know we've tracked him coming from Atlanta, from the south, on a bus, arriving at Port Authority. So we've got great photos from that. Hey, look, NYPD did an amazing job at putting this together by running all those camera feeds together and basically pinning them down and getting these great shots. Right. So I think it's going to be just a moment of time before we have them in custody.
Well, it does seem like he made some sort of mistakes, and the cops here are good, and they've now got a pretty good picture of who they suspect. All right, Frank, we also have some pretty good pictures of something nobody can explain in New Jersey. I got a note from our Dr. Ken yesterday and said, what's the deal with the drones? Because these mysterious drones have been flying over portions of New Jersey. And as you can see right there, that
in 2024, about 47 people die from gun violence each day in America. Why the sudden focus on this bozo? Because it's kind of rare that a CEO gets fucking executed in the street.
You know why it's also rare? And the fact that like this dude's just kind of like at the moment just getting away with it. And that most people who commit crimes don't get away with it. Because 99.99% of the American population dumb as dog shit. This is a smart guy. That's all it takes to get away with shit. Lex Luthor would rule the world because he would just do crimes and dumb cops wouldn't stop them because they're all dumb. They're just dumb. Most people are just dumb. Even people who like are supposed to be smart are fucking dumb. The first step to not being dumb is to admit that you don't know shit. But you're open to facts. Oh my, I don't listen to me. Really, that was like the weirdest thing. I like brain farted.
Rich and powerful people haven't been afraid for their lives in a very long time, at least in the United States.
Mistakes and the cops.
When was the last time we had an attempted assassination on someone who was rich and powerful? What, like Reagan? Was that the
Trump? Sorry.
The last major one, I think. Other than Trump, but like I'm saying that Trump started the new era of.
Whoa, are you about to say that Trump started the new era of assassinations? Wow. Oh, wow.
Bringing back assassinations and assassination attempts. That was like the beginning of like this second coming of assassination. I'm talking about before that point.
It's like pre-World War I.
I was talking about in the U.S. Because, like, dude, like, people die all the time in, like, for example, Russia, right?
True. Denims, you're great.
Good, and they've now got a pretty good picture of who they suspect. All right, Frank, we also have some pretty good pictures of something nobody can explain in New Jersey. I got a note from our Dr. Ken.
That's funny.
Like, we have pictures nobody can explain, and then they pull this up. Baby girl, I love you. 100% cute. I love my princess.
Yesterday and said, what's the deal with the drones? Because these mysterious drones have been flying over portions of New Jersey. And as you can see right there, that was Bernardsville Wednesday, not too far from Bedminster, where the president has got his golf course.
Correct.
What do we know about this?
I don't think we know a whole lot about it. It's been reported since November 25th. It's been several weeks now, and it's pretty obvious. Multiple reports coming in. Now, we got a military research facility in that area. We have a pharmaceutical company in that area. We also have the Trump's golf courses in that area as well, so we need to be concerned about that. But we need to identify who's flying these drones, and if they're not friends of the government, we need to go ahead and make sure we interview these people and find what their intentions are.
Well, the acting Secret Service director said that autonomous canines are guarding Mar-a-Lago. Yeah. And I know when we were at the RNC in Milwaukee over the summer, they did have drones, fixed drones, that they had just hovering above it.
Right.
But these have running lights and they're moving, so it's not like they're just taking a look at everything going on.
Yeah, we don't want mapping the golf course, looking for vulnerabilities. Like we saw in Mar-a-Lago, there's an area that photographs were taken of the president when he was golfing. These are vulnerabilities areas.
It's nothing sacred, not even golfing anymore.
Could it be someone out there mapping this area to find out a advantage, a place that they could set?
Using scout posts.
Assassin chain?
That for an attack. I mean, this is something we got to look into. But bottom line is, I think we should know who these people are that flying these drones.
Do you have a guess?
I think it's us.
You think it's us?
Oh, I think it is. I mean, by this time,
our intel people.
It could be research development, part of a project they're working out there. I know Amazon is in that area as well. So who knows what's going on out there? But 3 weeks has gone by, and we haven't seen a lot of reports on who these individuals are.
Man, it could be Amazon. Jeff Bezos, call us. Call Frank.
Just taking a shot at it, but
indeed.
Thank you, Steve.
Frank, thank you very much. Yeah. I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
So good. Oh, God.
Do not worry.
Well, howdy, folks. Welcome to a brand new episode of Do Not Worry, episode number 155. I'm your host, Anthony, coming to you from the heart of Lebanon, joined by the crew, Mood, and meeting for the first time, folks, Elijah.
Hello.
Elijah was actually our first hire. He was the first intern on the podcast. He's been away for a couple of months. He works behind the scenes. He does all of our editing, well, most of our editing. It's his first time on camera in front of our new audience.
Working schedule has been chaotic, hectic, and fucked up, but I'm back.
He's back, baby. He's back.
For now.
And let us know if you guys like his hoodie. You know, if you guys are watching, you like his hoodie. Would you guys be interested in some Do Not Worry merch? All of our new fans living abroad, maybe I can work something out, get some merch on a website that you guys can order. Let us know if you're interested. We'd be happy to do that. We have some sample merch for ourselves. We got a lot to talk about this week, folks. The ceasefire is hanging by a thread. Israel has been attacking Lebanon. Zionist movies like Gladiator 2 and Venom 3 are banned in Lebanon, so we're going to talk about that. We're introducing our new audience to Dr. Food with News, a special slideshow that she's been working on for the past few days. Ethan Klein is still losing his mind, and I actually managed to interview friend of the show, Bad Empanada, so look forward to that interview near the end of the show. And Americans are still losing their minds over all this trans stuff, so we're going to talk about that and a lot more. So join us for this fun episode. And let me just take a second to thank some of our brand new patrons to the channel, abductee patrons like Saz and Daphne Morris, blonde patrons like John Ajaka, Haley Davis, and Cole Dew and Morgie, and superhero patron Bonnie Buns. And we got a brand new YouTube member, Tangerine Hikreen or Hisreen. I'm not sure how to say your last name. Thank you for joining us. We're going to hopefully have a small Patreon exclusive clip at the end of this episode for our patrons and our YouTube members. And I said that last week, but I'm going to be definitely organizing a call for everyone this week. It's been a crazy past couple of days. I interviewed Bat Empanada on Monday. I was a guest on the Bat Hasbara podcast yesterday. So you guys are going to be watching that on Thursday. So the podcast is already out if you want to go check it out. We're going to talk about that in a little bit more. But it's been a very busy couple of days. I've been making new friends on YouTube, folks. So it's been a lot of fun. Thank you to our amazing patrons. And let me take a second to just thank our God-tier patrons. Rifat Fakih, Elia Mujabid, Jessica Ann, Jack Sleeman, Sister Hayek, Dominic Selder, and Tamara Isa. We love you guys. Thank you so much for the support. And I'll thank some more of our patrons a little bit later on the show. If you guys want to support this channel, the best way to do so is on Patreon. So check out the link in the description. Pick a tier that's right for you. It's the only way to keep the show going. It's the only way that I can pay the interns. So we really appreciate you. So like I mentioned, stay tuned to the end of the episode. I did an interview with Bat Empanada on Monday. We had a fun chat. So I cut it down and it's available for you guys at the end of the episode. A lot of you guys asked for me to collaborate with him, and he's a super nice dude. So I hope you guys enjoy that conversation later in the show. And just first, you guys have met me, you guys have met Karine, you guys have met Nadim. It's time to introduce you guys.
You have not met.
You've not met Elijah. So like I said, he was our first hire. He does our editing. And Elijah actually has his own YouTube channel. Talk about that a little bit. It's called Absurd Guru. You do gaming. He does it in Arabic, so if you guys are English viewers, you might not be able to watch it right now, but you might have to start subbing or doing it in English. I mean, who knows? Spanish dubs, right? Yeah. So yeah, what do you do on YouTube? What's your YouTube channel
It started off on Instagram and TikTok, so I'm kind of a content creator. I wear hunting hates. And now I'm segueing into like YouTube gaming, so yeah.
So if you like Elijah here, so go support him on his own YouTube channel.
Thank you.
Give him some support. Also, I just want to give a shout out to Lizzie, one of our patrons. Incredible. Lizzie. I wish Lizzo was it, but honestly, Lizzie is a better patron than I think Lizzo would ever be.
Did you see the South Park episode?
With Lizzo?
With Lizzo?
I'm not sure.
It's basically, they made her a medical pharmaceutical product for the video.
Oh, no way. Oh, I think I remember. Yeah. So here is the... So Lizzie, not only did he make us a fantastic track last week, I'm going to listen to again in just a couple of seconds because I love that track. It's our new outro track. This is the Clips channel, so please go subscribe to it. It is Do Not Worry Clips unofficial. It's got 21 subscribers as of now. Lizzie's been going crazy, dropping like 2-3 clips a day. He's doing God's work. This is the work that I'm too lazy to do. So Lizzie, thank you so much. We can't thank you enough. You're such a cherished member of this community.
How generous.
Amazing, dude. Amazing. And he asked me, like, do you want me to do this? I was like, no, I don't want you to do anything that's unpaid. Like, please don't. And he's doing it anyways.
Yeah,
so,
it's incredible.
So Lizzie, just to celebrate, please go subscribe to the Clips channel. I've subscribed to it. It's truly amazing. And just to celebrate Lizzie a little bit more, let's just play some of his track. This starts at 1 minute and 40 seconds, Elijah. Let's just enjoy some of this beautiful, beautiful outro track.
Not this time, you son of a bitch.
My favorite part's coming up soon.
We're ahead. Let's stay alert. Marshal speaks to those police.
I shit you not, the last 3 episodes, I've listened to this right before we start recording. It gets me in the right mood. I'm usually always stressed the fuck out before we record. This is such a bop. I fucking love it.
I did 3 times before recording.
Yeah, dude. So, and I wanted to play it again, and this is our outro track. I love it. So Lizzie, thank you so much. I love this community. So we can move on. Sorry. Also, we've got some housekeeping to do. I mentioned on the last episode that I have a comic book business called The Comic Stash. I also talked about multiverse games and the fact that their shop almost got blown up, along with my entire comic book collection and Hamada right before the ceasefire ended. So I just wanted to let you know that on December 14th, so that's like not the coming Saturday, next Saturday, I'm going to be in Rumana at a lovely little event called Mystic Market. Here is the poster. There's going to be music and drinks, a bunch of art vendors, little stands with like very cool gifts, unique interactive booths, tattoos, piercings, tooth gems, and I'm going to be there repping The Comic Stash, folks, slinging some vintage comics like I used to. I haven't done this in years, folks. Like, this event has gotten me out of retirement.
Your logo stands out.
It's a big-ass logo, I know. Well, I got a connection with the organizer, so I got the extra big logo. And as you can tell, Multiverse Games, Lebanese heroes are going to be there, so I'm going to be side-by-side with Multiverse. We're going to be slinging some board games, some collectibles, some Funko Pops, some vintage comics, and I know you can technically go to Hamada and Multiverse Games and buy my comics now, but when you buy them from me in person, folks, y'all gonna get some extra discounts. You don't think I'm gonna hook you up? So come to the event. There's a bunch of other cool vendors like The Lid, Vintage Magics. They sell vintage clothing. There's like a vintage eyeglass business. We got some awesome handmade soaps, which I personally use, the Supernova Society soaps. There's gonna be margaritas. There's gonna be a whole bunch of things, art prints, t-shirts. Come have a good time, hang out with us. I'm going to be there all day from 12 to 12. If you're a fan of the show, just come say hi, hang out, and get some comics, vintage comics that survived Israel's onslaught on Lebanon, folks.
Also, crazy story about like the guy from Multiverse contacted me 2 weeks ago. Or 2 days before the explosion, and he wanted to do like a collaboration, but we both agreed to wait a month until shit settles down, because like telling people to go to Beirut right now is not that advisable. And then this happened.
Yeah, we had
the guy's such a sweet guy.
Everyone at Multiverse is amazing. We had a similar situation with the sponsorship that actually started for a week with a restaurant in Beirut called Munchies, and the war like started. Well, the pager attack happened, and then a week later the war started, so we just like pressed pause on the sponsorship. And maybe we should hit them up again, but now most of our viewers don't even live here, so I don't know what to do about that. So, yeah, I know. They don't need to know that. But anyway, see you guys at the Mystic Market on December 14th, folks. Come pick out some comics. Well, speaking of ceasefires and wars and promoting businesses, let's talk about the Lebanese ceasefire, which we talked about last week. What's happening with that? Things are going great, right? Ceasefire.
Give us 1 week.
Everything. Well, you don't even need to give it a week because it's already broken down. So here, there's been a lot of violations. So here is a graphic from Megaphone News. It says, well, as of this recording, there's been more infractions, but 74 Israeli violations of the ceasefire so far. So that includes a bunch of things.
No doubt by Thursday.
And that was like literally 2 days after the ceasefire.
It has reached 100.
Let me read some more details to you guys. So the Israeli army violated the ceasefire in Lebanon 74 times since the agreement came into effect on November 27th, killing 2 people and injuring 6 others, according to a tally by Anadolu agency. On Monday, the Israeli army fired machine guns at homes in the town of Naura in southern Lebanon and renewed its warning to residents of 62 southern towns not to return to them. On Sunday, the occupation army committed 11 violations targeting the towns of Khaim, Yarun, Maroun al-Ras, Aitroun, and Rashaya al-Fukhar with artillery and machine guns. So it's pretty crazy, but Hezbollah hasn't been sitting there just quietly and taking it, because they actually fired 2 rockets into the Shibab farms, which is technically Lebanese territory, but that is, I believe, still occupied by Israel. So they're just like sending a warning sign, like, yo, we see what you guys are doing. We ain't fucking around. This is a tweet by Rania Khaled. She says Israel is carrying out airstrikes across southern Lebanon because the Lebanese resistance fired 2 rockets at them in response to over 60 Israeli ceasefire violations in 5 days. The Israelis are being so outrageous that their American handlers have told them to calm down. And let's read some of these things in some more detail. So, yeah, here's the title from the Jerusalem Post. Calm down, U.S. officials tell Israel. Sources reveal the post. So 6 days into the ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah, tensions on the ground remain high. We need to calm down, U.S. officials reportedly told Israeli counterparts in recent days, according to a source familiar with the discussion. This comes amid daily Israeli airstrikes targeting what Israel claims are Hezbollah violations to the ceasefire, including reports of Hezbollah operatives patrolling the border area and rebuilding rocket storage sites. Again, Israel can consider anything an infraction. If they see someone digging a hole to bury their pet, oh, they're digging a tunnel, murder them. So this is what you should expect. They're going to use any and all excuses to break the ceasefire. But if Lebanon responds, oh shit, we need to destroy the fuck out of you guys. But if Israel breaks the ceasefire 75 times, it's okay. We're supposed to sit there and take it, because that's the only reason we got a ceasefire. That's part of the deal.
Because their propaganda paints them as if they're defending themselves.
Always. They're always defending themselves.
They're the victims.
And there have been drones flying over Beirut again. Like, one of the first things that stopped when the ceasefire happened was the non-stop buzzing of drones over Beirut, over many areas of Lebanon. That buzzing has returned. The drones
didn't even last for 24 hours, the ceasefire.
So it says here, the frustration expressed by the U.S. and France co-chairs of the ceasefire monitoring mechanism extends beyond Israeli airstrikes. Both nations view the return of Israeli drones over Beirut as a violation of the ceasefire. We have warned both sides, Israel and Hezbollah, against actions that jeopardize the implementation of the ceasefire agreement, officials told the Jerusalem Post. And this is another worrying tweet that I saw by Omar Tammo. He's a Lebanese journalist and financial analyst. He says, Israel says Lebanon, not just Hezbollah, will be a target if truce ends, according to Bloomberg. Here's a quote. If the ceasefire collapses, there will be no more exemption of the Lebanese state, Israel defense minister says. Distinguishing between Lebanon and Hezbollah will no longer be the case, he says. So that means safe areas like the one that I'm living in right now that we've all been so comfortable talking about, like there's relatively safe areas, but they're only bombing Dahin. According to this guy, the Israeli defense minister, if the ceasefire is broken, all of Lebanon is going to become a target. I'll become a target. They'll become a target.
That's what they want eventually.
They've always said that.
They keep saying that, yeah.
Hell, ceasefire is just an act.
It is. They're just buying time, and Trump is gearing up to do some crazy shit. So, I mean, a lot of people have been asking us about this. We didn't get to ask you, Elijah. How do you feel about the ceasefire?
Bullshit. When it was first announced, I gave it 3 days. I was shocked. It's still lasting. But yeah, max a week.
But like,
What's shocking me is all the Lebanese people going back and starting to rebuild. I'm like, give it at least a month or two. Make sure the ceasefire is actually set in stone, because what you're building is gonna
But
people are just eager to go
I
home.
get them. Like, they've been away from their homes for 2 months. The whole family's living in cramped rooms together. They just want to go back to normal. You know what I mean?
Like, for example, family of someone I know, they're fixing the house in Dahia. Give it some time.
Yeah, I get what you mean. So sticking to the topic of Israel and stuff, you guys know that Israel is considered a safe haven for pedophiles. We've spoken about that numerous times on the show. Anytime someone is accused of being a pedophile, or if they're even found guilty of being a pedophile in a jury of their peers, they run away to Israel. If they're Jewish, they can run away to Israel, and they get it's a safe haven. The law doesn't go after them. They can live safely amongst everyone. Those constant memes about if you open a sex offender app in Israel, you're just gonna see red all over you because everyone there is a fucking sex offender. And they just got a new addition to their collection, folks. Star of House of Cards, Kevin Spacey, folks. The man, the myth, the legend, Kevin Spacey has just landed in Israel. So here we go. So welcome to Israel, Kevin Spacey. Thank you.
Is that his wife?
For your support. No, that is Libby Allen. I don't know who the fuck she is. So apparently he just went there to visit someone, he had a wedding or something, and they gave him a tour of the usual tour that they give, the October 7th tour. This is the kibbutzim that they destroyed. Look at this house that got burned down. This is where they put babies in ovens. All that fun stuff that they like talking about. So Kevin Spacey, welcome to Israel, my man. Welcome to the area. I hope you have a lovely stay. I hope
He fits right in.
He fits right in. I was saying Army Hammer should go there next. You know what I mean? He's not a pedophile. He's more of a cannibal. But I mean, I'm sure there's room for cannibals in Israel, right? Jerry Seinfeld loves spending time in Israel. If you guys don't know, Jerry Seinfeld, when he was 40, was dating his wife when she was 17. She was a minor. Then when she turned 18, he would pick her up from high school and shit. Weird ass shit, bro.
What the fuck?
Jerry Seinfeld's fucking disgusting, bro. I can't believe I used to fucking like that show. Nasty shit. Trump put out this tweet he has, what is this, Truth Social or whatever the fuck? So he put that, so he got a visit, actually, before we read that. He got a visit from Netanyahu's wife and his son. Here's a photo at Mar-a-Lago of Donald Trump with...
She looks like Satan.
She literally looks like the devil, right? She literally looks like the devil. And I'm not trying to be a dick, but sometimes people, their faces reflect their insides. Look at that evil fucking monster, bro. She looks evil. And look, this is the son, whatever. They're just having dinner with Trump at Mar-a-Lago. So not long after that dinner, not long after that, here is a tweet that Donald Trump put out, or whatever, a post on Truth Social. Everybody's talking about the hostages. I don't do good.
That's good. That
was good.
So good.
Let me try.
Everybody's talking about the hostages who are being held so violently and inhumanely against the will of the entire world.
I'll work on it.
In the Middle East, but it's all talk and no action. Please let this truth serve to represent that if the hostages are not released prior to January 20, 2025, the date that I proudly assume office as President of the United States,
there will be all hell to pay in the Middle East. My question is, what is left to do to Gaza, bro? What else are you gonna do? You want to nuke it? Just nuke it. Because you'll get rid of Israel at the same time if you do that. They have paid hell. They have paid and then some. They have negative money.
And for those in charge who perpetuated these atrocities against humanity, those responsible will be hit harder than anybody has been hit in the long and storied history of the United States of America. Release the hostages now.
Horrible. Anyway, that's Donald Trump. Okay, he's having fun. And the kiss asses in Washington, D.C. just love quote tweeting him. And President Donald Trump. So this is Governor Mike Huckabee, who is, I forgot what his role is. He is now the American-Israeli foreign minister or something? I can't remember. This is my president. There must be serious consequences for holding any hostage, but America needs to exact severe consequences for kidnapping and murdering American hostages. Motherfucker, Hamas has given you 55 opportunities to get the hostages back. Guess who doesn't want them back? Netanyahu, because as long as Hamas has the hostages, Netanyahu can keep bombing the shit out of Gaza and murdering thousands and thousands of Palestinians. He doesn't want them back. The families of the hostages fucking hate Netanyahu. Israelis fucking hate Netanyahu. Not that they hate genocide, they love genocide, but they also hate Netanyahu. And so there's hundreds more of these quote tweets of everyone just kissing President Trump's ass like, yeah, get the hostages back, make them pay by January 2025. This is what $100 million from Miriam Adelson gets you. She's a huge Trump donor. She asked him to basically annex the West Bank, which is probably going to happen. But I mean, we knew that. Here is a lovely photo that you're going to have to blur, Elijah, of an Israeli soldier masturbating in front of burning buildings in Gaza.
What?
What? Where did you find this?
Yup, Reddit, my man.
No.
So here he is, sitting down. You can't see anything, obviously. He's got his meat out, and he is, watching Gaza burn as he plays with himself. This is the level of depravity that we're dealing with. This is why Israelis
That's
are
like
the scariest
super
people
fucked up. Like it's weird. Like it's just weird.
No worries.
It's the weirdest
It
thing I've
speaks
ever
for itself.
fucking
They say
heard.
pictures are worth 1,000 words. Yeah, that's one of them. And speaking of Trump, this is probably the cringiest video I've ever seen in my life. We're gonna have to mute the song because it's gonna get us copyrighted. But this is a whole family celebrating Thanksgiving. With a bunch of white people, obviously, and they're all dancing to YMCA, doing the Trump dance. They're going in a circle. White women that vote for Trump scare me. Like that's like, you know what I mean? Like white women that vote against actively vote against their rights fucking scare the shit out of me. So everyone in this video is fucking scary, but specifically the white women. Oh my god, they're so funny. Look at all these whites. Racist. I mean, I'm kidding. Not everyone who votes for Trump is a racist.
Is this in Israel?
It's a piece of shit, but I mean, you know, do I want to
questionable?
Yeah, like that lady is terrifying to me. Like that lady is terrifying. Oh, that Jim is so funny. Look at his dance move. Oh, give me the camera. Let me film. Oh yeah. This guy's gonna go watch it. Aiden Ross once this is done, right? Ugh. Bro, I can't.
How can people so publicly support a sex offender?
Bro, everything. He's a criminal. And they're so happy. He represents them, bro. I'm happy. Like, America is showing its true face. Their president is a reflection of them. So, these people, they're all fucking disgusting to me, bro. This is so fucking. Oh my god, it's so fucking cringe. It is a good song, though, but they're ruining it. Like, they ruined YMCA, bro. And ironically, it's like a gay anthem, and like everyone there is like anti-gay and stuff, and they're dancing to the gayest song on the fucking planet. Which is, hey, we love YMCA. So ever since Trump won, Americans feel a lot more comfortable openly hating on trans people. I feel like they were already pretty comfortable with it, but like now I feel like they just feel more emboldened because they defeated the woke left or whatever the fuck. So I just wanted to talk about just some of the things that are happening in American politics. So for example, Walmart has just changed like its policy. This was like a week ago or something, but like just to show you how everyone's kind of changing it up. Walmart is rolling back its diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts following the boycott threat. Changes include removal of inappropriate sexual and/or transgender products marketed at children. How many transgender products do you know that are marketed at kids? I don't know. Closing of the Racial Equity Center, removal of the term Latinx from all official communication, which I think most Hispanics would appreciate that. No one likes being called Latinx. Racial equity training to be discontinued, and removal of the term DEI while ensuring a respectful and supportive environment. So everyone couldn't wait to roll that stuff back.
Wait, I need context. What is Latinx?
Latinx is just a term to call like all people that are from like South American countries.
So you wouldn't say Latina or Latino. There's Latinx to like include everyone.
Latinx. That sounds horrible.
Yeah, they hate being called that too. So here's a video of Representative Nancy Mace, who just got like elected to Congress or something. I don't really know. Sharing this little message on social media.
Oh my god.
She's adding biological to the women's bathroom because
I hope you die, Nancy.
Thanks, Nancy.
So what happened? So there's the first ever transgender congresswoman that was elected to Congress in the States this election. So everyone's freaking out like, where is she going to go to the bathroom? What is she going to do? Is she going to come to our bathroom? So Nancy Mace is making sure no trans women enter the bathroom. So it's for biological women only. So, and I mean, you know for a fact that like other people are going to fucking follow in her footsteps, bro. And that's super fucked up. And here is Mike Johnson. Also, like, I don't know who the fuck he is, but he's a U.S. representative. Here is to what he has to say about the trans issue.
Hello, everybody. Just want to make a statement for all of you here and be very clear. I was asked a question this morning at the leadership gaggle, and I rejected the premise because the answer is so obvious. For anybody who doesn't know my well-established record on this issue, let me be unequivocally clear. A man is a man, and a woman is a woman, and a man cannot become a woman.
This is like child brain. Oh, it really hurts my head. My entire life, like even as a kid, I always assumed adults were smarter than I, because I was, or I wasn't as powerful or whatever. But don't ever think that you are probably smarter when you were a kid than all the adults around you, or at least had more common sense. But this dude, this whole, I mean, honestly, you know what am I even talking? This is politics. It's brain dead dog shit politics. It's, and you have to talk like you're talking about talking politics. Man is a man, woman is a woman. I mean, that's just like, it's not what's happening. That's not the discussion. Like, even if it was, who gives a fucking shit? Here's how, like, I want to be like the fourth sex, which is just like nothing like man or woman or anything in between. It's just like outside that shit. Be able to, because who cares? Like, these assholes think that like if like people are like not hetero and have kids, nuclear family, like God is gonna like punish us. God's not real. Sorry. I hope there are people watching right now. They're like, what? No one's watching. But that whole idea is, it's child brain shit. If you believe in God, you have a child brain. It's like people are like they'll go crazy when you say shit like that. But I'm sorry, there are 100,000 billion% things in the universe and the material world that we do not understand. A majority of it we don't understand. So there are unknowns in the universe, more unknowns than knowns. But if you're going to like graft on an old dude with a beard on top of those unknown mysteries of the universe, fuck you. You have a baby brain. We have so much further to go as far as investigating our material reality. And every reference to any deity is holding us back. And they're holding us back, and they're running our country. Assholes like this fucking piece of Mike Johnson, psychopath. Sorry. I don't give a fuck. I hope there's Christians or whoever watching this right now. If you're religious, you have a fucking shitty brain. Should fuck off. No idea what you're talking about. Get the goddamn fuck out of the way. If you want to be Christian or religion or whatever, go to a fucking cave and do it by yourself. Leave everyone alone. Stop trying. It's gross. It's gross that you try to like slime your fucking dog shit on everything around you, especially like the sexual shit. All that, fuck off. Fuck you. Just go away. Holy shit. Bronze Age dog shit. 2024. Hate this shit. Almost 2025. Holding us back. Humanity might not make it because of morons like this. Do you believe that? Humanity is the most amazing thing that Addie knows of. And if it can't recognize that, then trouble. But religion is literally holding back our species planetarily. Like every culture on Earth should abandon their religion and embrace internationalism, cooperation amongst all humans, peace and love. But no, it's like, no, my God's real. This is baby brain. There's no gods. Get the fuck out of here. Here, let me prove right now. Hey, God, you're a dick. Kill me. I dare you. Why wouldn't God just kill me? Why not? Because there's got to remain some weird No, fuck you. Fuck you, God. Kill me. Do it now. Kill me, God. Do it. You stupid bitch. Hit me with fucking lightning. I don't give a fuck. Do it. Right now. On stream. Everyone could fucking know that you're real. Surprise, surprise. Religion is holding us back. Can we stop worrying about what some fake person in the sky is thinking? Who gives a fucking shit? Let's work together to survive this inhospitable universe that we're lucky enough to be on. Hospitable places in the universe, life that we know of at least. So can we ditch the stupid god dog shit? Thank you.
That said, I also believe that's what Scripture teaches, what I just said. But I also believe that we treat everybody with dignity. And so we can do and believe all those things at the same time. And I wanted to make that clear for everybody because there's lots of questions. But that's where I stand. I've stood there.
And now we come back full circle. Man's a man, woman's a woman. And you're an idiot. And God's not real. And everything you're saying is fucking garbage and causing brain rot. And you should probably just fuck yourself to death. Thank you.
My whole life, and those are facts.
I wish they cared about others.
Those are facts. You know nothing about facts, weirdo Christian freak. Christianity and facts have nothing to do with each other. It's a fantasy world. You might as well fucking believe in, I don't know. You might as well think that Star Wars is real. Like, you might as well think that, like, pick any fucking dog shit fucking fantasy world. Oh, that's real. Christianity? Oh, yeah, that's real. Fuck off.
They put way too much attention on shit that...
Seriously.
There's like 12 trans people in the States. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? I love how you like shit. Like, trans men don't exist. Trans women don't exist. We treat everybody with dignity, though. If you are that person that I just described and completely shat on, I love you and I believe in you and I want to support you, but you don't exist. Your rights don't fucking exist. It's like, bro... Go stop the war. Go feed the homeless. Go fucking... Most Americans can't afford a $400 emergency. 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, bro. What are you doing talking about 12 trans people and who can use what bathrooms? Fucking get over this shit. A lot of people have said this, but what this is going to end up doing is hurting like cis women the most. Like, are you going to have a guard in front of the bathroom checking women's genitals to make sure that they're like biological women? Yeah. What's the plan? You want to get kids in school? You want to have like a guard being like, let me check take your underwear off. Like, what the fuck is the plan? Who wants to enforce this shit, bro? They're fucking freaks.
There's a recent TikTok video that went viral.
This dog shit.
Like she's a biological woman that's not the most feminine stereotypically. So they didn't let her inside the women's bathroom and she lost her shit.
It's crazy. Exactly. And it's just another way for men to control women. Like, we get to decide if you look female enough, do you look feminine enough? You look kind of manly, check her underwear. Take her underwear off. Like, what? Fucking insane. And this is bleeding into, so Jaguar just did like a rebrand.
I fucking love that rebrand.
Bro, people are losing their mind for the fucking rebrand. Here's the teaser. So we're gonna mute it because the music is probably copyrighted. And you can talk about it in the back, but like, yeah, this was a teaser last week. They were gonna announce a new car. And look, they have
taking C.
Different looking people, but apparently just being black or different. Now that's it. It's Trump's America, folks. No trans people, no gays. That's it. Just straight good old Americans. They just saw some slightly bizarre looking. Yeah, they look like models, bro. There's nothing weird about them. They look diverse. Oh, look, there's an Asian person. Holy shit. So copy nothing. So before we even reveal
Did you see the reveal?
I saw the reveal. I mean, the car looks weird. We're gonna look at it, but like this, before anyone even saw anything, just seeing diverse people representing Jaguar was enough to lead to all of these
and all the
comments.
vibrant colors. They went boom.
Yeah, the colors.
Fun fact: Jaguar have been going fucking downhill in terms of sales. Nobody talks about them. With this campaign, everybody's talking about them.
I think they're talking
the rebrand, and it's genius.
Now I think it's negative attention that they're getting, but then, yeah, so
they're getting that attention.
So let's see some of the comments that video got. So Brian Ward says, surely there were some adults at board level where this was signed off. The purple-haired millennial in charge of social media can continue to make light of this and poke fun at potential customers, but this will cost jobs and do real damage. Jaguar replies, to live is to evolve. You know, the Jaguar replies, like I felt so bad
They were crazy on him.
I felt so bad for whoever's managing that account. Clown Wolf says, selling my Jaguar. This is terrible. David Santa Carla says, do you have to be gay to drive a Jaguar?
Fucking idiots.
Danny Abel says, are you guys the car company or something else? Jaguar was also like, soon you'll see things our way. Andrew Tate had to give his take. He's like, this is gay bullshit. I have 76 cars. I do not own a Jag. Now, I never will. Yeah, because if you wanted to own one, you already would have owned one, bro. You have 76 cars. What the fuck, bro? The Hodge twins. Gay as hell. Ain't nobody buying a Jag after watching this. Ew. So, and this, so Hart took the time to make an AI ad for them. He said, hi, I fixed your terrible ad. It took 2 minutes.
Yeah, sexist and misogynistic.
Yeah, we got a babe, you know what I mean? Big boobs, chilling next to a Jaguar. Manly, yeah, manly car. Man cars. So people fucking freaked out. They're not feeling it. Again, I just feel like, again, this is just one of the results of Trump being elected. Not that these people were shy of sharing their feelings before, but now they're like, fuck it, we're the majority, we want the popular vote. America's working this way. And let's look at the new car, actually. It's kind of weird looking. It's interesting. I mean,
it's still a concept car.
It's a concept car. It's an electrical vehicle. It's clearly inspired by Cybertruck a little bit.
They're going basically full on EV. They're not going to do any more motorized cars.
Oh, that's it.
That's why they're rebranding entirely. And that's the direction they're going. And I think, in a strategic perspective, it's good.
I think it's a nice. I think if this car wasn't like hot pink, if you make this car like black or something, most of the people that are complaining like this looks gay as shit,
this would look dope.
Would love driving the shit out of this car, but this
looks like something Batman would drive.
Yeah,
it was black.
It looks like a Batmobile. Like this is the Barbie version right now. I get it, and they're just trying to make a splash, like going with hot pink and stuff. It's a choice, you know what I mean? But and also apparently the way they're riding Jaguar now is different. So like the emphasis is on the Jaguar. They want people to say Jaguar. So the GU are capitalized on the logo. So yeah, I mean, what do you guys think about? I mean, I don't own a car. I wasn't planning on buying a Jaguar, and I don't plan on buying one now.
Same.
But it's just fun to see people losing their shit over the most trivial shit. And again, this is Trump's America now. You can't have any diverse people. If a single black person shows up in a movie, whoa, stop it! You're forcing it. I don't want to see blacks. All these racist impressions ruining my throat. But anyways, what do you guys think about the Jaguar? Brent, would you buy a Jaguar?
Based on this model, I don't think anyone can afford this Jaguar.
Yeah, it looks expensive.
This looks expensive.
It looks pretty pricey. Fun little topic that I want to talk about as well. As you guys know, the last time we talked about Israelis appropriating Lebanese food, I got called an anti-Semite by Ethan Klein on the H3 podcast. But this was a fun
surprise.
I've never been here. Ethan Klein.
Oh yeah,
shut the fuck up. What a spoiled little bitch.
Go ahead.
This guy nags too much. How old is he?
39, bro.
What the fuck?
He's got
anti-Semitism. This is anti-Semitism.
This was an article. To be fair, this came out in 2019, but this just started going viral again on Twitter. This is from the Jerusalem Times. What is that?
My Jewish Learning.
My Jewish Learning, and it's the Nosher. I don't know. This is like a blog or something.
What is the car?
What is za'atar? The Israeli spice you will want to sprinkle on everything. Our favorite Israeli spice. Our favorite Israeli spice is subtle and so versatile. Folks, let me tell you, we eat za'atar every morning. This morning I had a za'atar and cheese pie. It is the most common breakfast item in the world. It's basically like dried thyme, herbs mixed with some sesame and some other herbs and spices. You mix it with some olive oil. It's fucking delicious. You make it into this little paste. You can put it on a flatbread. You put it in the oven or something. It's delicious. It's healthy. It's tasty as fuck. We love it. It is literally just like Americans have donuts or pancakes for breakfast. We have za'atar pies. We fucking love that shit, okay? So to see them calling it Israeli and a spice, an Israeli spice, and this was in 2019, but I'm offended now. So I just want to read a little bit of this. Za'atar is everywhere these days in America. Just do a quick Pinterest search for za'atar, and you will come up with dozens and dozens of mouth-watering recipes using the spice. But what is it exactly? Za'atar is a spice, more specifically, a spice blend. Most internet searches will tell you that za'atar is made from thyme, marjoram, sesame seed, and sometimes sumac. But more accurately, za'atar is made from a kind of oregano called miso, which is native to the Middle East and Southern Europe. Most za'atar blends will contain a mixture of thyme, oregano, sesame seeds, salt, and samit. Another popular flavor of the Middle East. Sumac has a lemony flavor and a deep reddish hue. By the way, Joseph Merab Kung Fu Jesus gave me his own handmade samit. He picked those plants. Nice. He fucking tahanun. He ground them up into a powder, and I have a little jar of the Kung Fu Jesus samit. I mixed it with my za'atar a couple days ago. It was delicious. Za'atar is incredibly popular in Israel, where you can find it baked into flatbreads, sprinkled over hummus, and used in dressings and marinades for salad, fish, and chicken. But each country and region in the Middle East actually has their own slight variation of the za'atar spice blend, which you can see just by looking at them. Some are very green, while others have more sumac, which give it a deeper color, tinge of red, blah, blah, blah. So where can you get za'atar? You can actually make your own blend. Okay, I don't need to speak, we don't need to read the rest of this. Here's what I'll say, okay? Of course, people in Israel are going to be eating za'atar. We live in the same region. We're going to be eating hummus. We're going to be eating we have the same food and stuff, but again, just don't call it Israeli. It is an Arab spice. It is a very traditionally Arab dish. Okay, you got a bunch of Arab Jews in Israel making it. It's still Arab. Just like Arab Jews making hummus in Israel doesn't mean that hummus is now Israeli. Just like we have Indians in England making curry, doesn't make curry British. So stop calling za'atar Israeli. Stop calling hummus Israeli. That's it. We don't want to argue that. And there was a lot of funny memes. People were sharing pictures of like German bratwursts, being like, look, the Israeli dish that no one like. Everyone's just, the world is like making fun of this, so I'm happy. And we kind of talked about this on Bat Hasbara as well. So speaking of the Bat Hasbara podcast, it is I was a guest on the podcast this week. You guys can watch their episode with me. It is out now. We will put the link in the description. And I just want to take a second to thank hosts Matt Lee and Daniel Mate for having me on. It was super nice getting to talk to them, getting an opportunity to talk about Lebanon, talk about the podcast a little bit, talk about Frogan and Ethan Klein just a tiny bit. We didn't want to focus on that too much. So as you guys know, last week Frogan was a guest on the Bad Hasbara podcast. This is their YouTube channel right here. Please go give it a follow, subscribe to their channel. It's a very interesting podcast. There's basically two anti-Zionist Jews that host this together, and they're basically dismantling Israeli propaganda every single week. They are the best kind of allies that we can get in the Middle East. Jewish people that are against Israel, that understand Israel's propaganda. They completely like Hasbara is the name. This is what you call like Israeli propaganda. So these two are honestly fucking amazing.
They're very nice and they're such great hosts.
Such great hosts. Matt Lee was interviewing Frogan solo last week, so Daniel wasn't there, but I got to talk to both Daniel.
Frogan was amazing.
And Matt, so here's the episode with Frogan. It's got 37K views. It did great. And it was a great chance for Frogan to tell her story, talk about how much Ethan has been harassing her and stuff, and being able to talk to two, again, anti-Zionist Jews, because she's been accused of being an anti-Semite, bro. So for them to give her a platform and give her a chance to explain herself, honestly, I really appreciate them, and it's super cool.
But Ethan is such an Islamophobe.
He's a massive Islamophobe. He's a massive Islamophobe. And he couldn't help but comment on this episode. So he did watch the Bat Hasbara interview with Frogan, and this is what he had to say on Instagram stories. He says, "Hi, Matt Lieb jokes. Yes, I do know what you mean. That was my whole point. How dare you accuse me of being a Jewish supremacist, you scumbag.
How dare you?"
While sitting across from a vile, hateful, talentless hack like Frogan. He fucking hates Frogan, bro.
I'm pretty sure it's because she's a hijabi.
Of course, definitely.
His Islamophobia boils when he looks at her.
Definitely. He says, so many clowns lying on my name. It's getting about time to pop out and show him, which is a Kendrick Lamar quote from Not Like Us. Fucking Kendrick Lamar, Ethan, really? Like, that's so fucking cringe. But this was on Thanksgiving. Matt Lieb had the funniest response to Ethan. He shared Ethan's post on Instagram, and he just said, "Bro, eat turkey with your kids."
Seriously.
Just what are you doing, Ethan? Go have fun with your family, bro. There was one of the videos that he was filming in his basement that I reacted to.
Wow,
literally, you could hear
so
his
funny.
dogs barking in the back. Like, go feed your dogs. He's like, just go eat turkey with your kids, bro. It's fucking Thanksgiving. Why are you like? It's crazy.
I love that. That's so funny.
Matt is hilarious. So, and just another, like, a small example of, again, H3 views going down. So every year on Thanksgiving, they release their You Laugh, You Lose video. You know, it's a challenge everyone gets. We did an episode like that once. They get videos and they try to make each other laugh. You win points, you lose points. So last year,
when they released their You Laugh, You Lose episode. After 3 days, it had 660K views. 3 days in. This year, after 3 days of releasing this year's You Laugh, You Lose, it's at 371K views. So almost, they've lost 50% of their audience year over year. And this is a perfect comparison because you can check the first 3 days, same video, same kind of video. They've lost half of their audience. And here's a video of Ethan kind of talking about how their monetization has gone down 10% and he doesn't understand why. And like, it's like, bro, what do you mean you don't understand why? Aren't you looking at the numbers?
Well, it went from, I mean, it dropped by like, what would that be? Like 20%, 15%?
You want to know the actual percent? Because I'm looking at it right now.
Well, hold on, this is what I saw. Oh. Yeah, tell me the percent. You can tell me the percent. I don't want to say the number. But I want to say, you can say the percent.
Okay, it's 9%.
That's what I said, 10%.
You said 20.
Oh.
Bravo zone secure.
10%'s a lot.
It's significant. I'm not saying it's not significant.
Like, I don't understand what's going on because it's November, which is usually your highest revenue month, and this was like our lowest revenue month of the year. Makes me think like January is going to be extraordinarily cursed.
It's not because everyone fucking hates you now because you're a piece of shit.
Losing Bravo.
We've been in worse spots. And that's my attitude about it.
Yeah, we have been.
Locked down A.
Although when we were in work, listen, we're not in financial trouble.
So awkward, bro.
Losing A.
Why are they talking? You know what? We've been in worse spots. It's definitely true.
Monetization dropping by 9%. It doesn't sound like much, but okay, let's say they make $1 million a year in monetization. They've almost lost 100 grand right now. So now instead of making $1 million a year, they're making $900,000. That is a direct result of Ethan Klein and H2H3 shedding viewers. And again, a lot of ex-H3 viewers are watching our show now. So like the 20,000 views we're getting per episode now, maybe 10 or 15,000 of those views used to go to H3, but now people are watching us. They're watching Uninformed Leftists. They're watching Bad Empanada. They're watching all these other, the Cavernacle, all these other creators that have been popping up because of H3's crash out. And yeah, so that's been happening to their views.
We've lost Alpha.
It's real. They're losing they're losing monetization. Surprise, surprise, we got an update, folks. This is actually kind of surprising. So just following up on what we just talked about, Ethan mentioning that their YouTube revenue is down by 9%. He actually, on Wednesday's episode, just said this, so I thought we should react to it. He's basically admitting that views are down, subscriptions are down. He's not like dancing around it anymore. So let's check it out.
That thank you to our members. Thank you to our members so very much. I was explaining on Monday that it's no surprise, or it's no secret, that the show has taken a bit of a downswing on viewership, therefore ad revenue and memberships. Because I'm stand on my business.
Certainly do.
And you know what I mean? And it was not an unexpected thing to happen. I expected it as a result of my decisions to distance myself from Hassan and his, in my opinion, more radical community than I'm comfortable with. And
notice how he says that he chose to distance himself from the fans. Like, okay, yeah, technically he did it verbally, but it's the fans that chose to distance themselves from Ethan by unsubscribing to the channel, by canceling their memberships. He used to berate and insult members of his channel that have been paying him, like paying members for like 30 months, 20 months. Many years he would permanently block them in chat. They would ignore fans in their subreddit. They would delete their comments. So he actively drove his fans away, and now he's complaining that they're losing views and that they have less monetization and stuff.
I want to say that thank you to everyone who continues to support us with the memberships, and if you are in a position to support us, if you can afford the $5 a month or whatever it costs, then I would greatly appreciate that.
So I got to talk about this right here. So here you have a millionaire, a multimillionaire, who made fun of Frogan for apparently panhandling when she asks for subscriptions on Twitch or something. He makes fun of her for that. He says that she's a talentless hack who begs for money online. Well, here you have Ethan, a multimillionaire who was just boasting about buying a new expensive watch earlier in this episode, apparently. And he's literally begging his fans for money to make up for all the fans that he drove away. So he wants his remaining fans to make up for his mistakes of driving everyone away and putting his team's work in danger because now he might not be able to afford to pay all of these salaries, etc. I'm sure Teddy Fresh sales are also down. You know what I mean? So it's just crazy that he mocks other people. And I don't think if you make content online and people want to support you financially, YouTube monetization isn't enough to cover this show, for example. So we have a Patreon, but I don't call other people that do that begging for money. Ethan does. That's what he does. He calls people like Frogan and other streamers beggars and panhandlers. So now he's literally doing the exact same thing, but it's 10 times more shameless. So yeah, it's just kind of so, I'm sorry to use the word, but like pathetic to watch this video right now.
This time. However, we're fine. We're gonna be fine. And I'm just happy you're here.
We're gonna make it, baby.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. I'm just happy you're here.
I mean, it's crazy. This is just crazy to watch. I'm glad that he's admitting it. Like, that's it, you know? Everything that I've been talking about, all the shit I've been talking about, Hassan, it has led to less views, less monetization, less memberships. Everything we've been doing has been working. Do I feel conflicted? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like, a small part of me kind of feels some sympathy for this man watching it because he just looks like a shell of his former self. He looks depressed when he's hosting that show. He looks unhappy. He looks uncomfortable. The vibes are completely off. But he had it coming, and this is a direct consequence of his actions and the things that he chose to say and believe in and represent. And he drove away a loyal fan base that was willing to support them financially, all sorts of support. And yeah, this is a direct result of everything that he's been doing and all the other creators that have been speaking out against him. So we did it. I guess that's the only thing that we can say, you know? So here's the thumbnail, actually. Ooh, they picked a nice photo of me. Here's the thumbnail for my Bath Hasbar episode. You guys can check it out now. Again, there's going to be a link. And let me just introduce you guys to
That's a photo from a thumbnail.
From one of our thumbnails, yeah.
I reckon.
So let me introduce you guys to Matt Lieb. Matt Lieb made these parody videos before he even knew of the Ethan Klein situation. And when people saw these videos, they thought he was making fun of Ethan Klein. So he's pretending to be a liberal Zionist, and it's just fucking hilarious. This is exactly what Ethan Klein is doing.
So I'm a liberal Zionist, and I have to say that I actually do agree with a lot of what the pro-Palestinian left has to say about Israel. The occupation is awful, and it needs to end. The settlers are crazy, and we have to do something about that. Netanyahu is a criminal. He's going to lead Israel to ruin. The 17-year siege of Gaza has been brutal, and it is completely unconscionable. I agree that Israel is essentially, in parts of it, an apartheid state. But like the one thing is, after the 7th, the thing is that I don't care anymore. I'm bad now. Because, like, here's the thing. After the 7th, I just kind of realized if it's us or them, then it's got to be us. No more them. I've never thought I could be a fascist, but I think I'm a fascist now. And it's kind of great because I have all these new friends, me and Amy Schumer and the ugly guy from Stranger Things. And I'm getting all these new job opportunities. And I'm like, okay, if this is what I didn't know that fascism came with stuff. If I had known that, I'd have been a fascist a long time ago. It's kind of nice, too, because now I get to be like, ooh, I'm bad. So I'm just going to be bad now. Like, I can still believe all that other stuff, too, but just not now. I'm going to wait till later. But for now, I'm going to be bad. Okay. Bye-bye.
It's so true.
And he's also part of Good Mythical Morning, so if you guys are fans of Brett and Link, Good Mythical Morning, he's part of their crew. Yeah, dude, he's hilarious. And he's also like a stand-up comic. He does stand-up comedy. Here's another video of him as this liberal Zionist character.
Hey guys, today it's a really tragic day for me and for all of my liberal Zionist brothers and sisters out there. Those aid workers at the World Kitchen who died tragically in an accidental bombing. It's just one of those things that it's just unavoidable, and as Zionists, I think we all need to pause for a moment and realize that, like, the collateral damage is not good and is in fact, and, you know, I'm praying for them and for all their families, and got a notification. They're Hamas. They deserve to die. It's good that they're dead. And and it's tragic to say, but I hope the family. Oh no, sorry. That was a different thing. This is tragic. The Israeli government is saying officially that this is sad. So I think it's sad that this happened. Unless there's something else that comes later.
The mental gymnastics that liberal Zionists have to do on a daily basis to try to justify what's happening. Here's just a fun picture of Matt and Daniel together. And for those of you wondering, okay, so who is Daniel? Daniel Mate is a musician, a composer, and he just happens to be the son of Gabor Mate, who I'm sure a lot of you guys know. You've been seeing a lot of his clips. Anytime something happens in Palestine and Israel, his clips go viral. He is a Canadian physician. He's an academic, and here's just a clip of him that went viral just a few weeks ago talking to Theo Von, and he made Theo Von cry talking about kids in Palestine. So this is Daniel's dad. So I met this guy's son at the end of the interview, after the interview was done, I just told him, we love your dad and let him on. He's going to send him my regards, your regards, and let him know how much you guys love him. I'm like, please do, because we fucking love your dad.
Imagine some kid over there in Gaza looking out there was a bomb, and they think, man, I'm so horrible, I deserve to be bombed.
Well, you know what? There was a study done of driving children.
Yeah, that's crazy. I thought about that. Like, you really look, imagine that, though.
There was a study done of children in Palestine 20 years ago. And 95% of those, 95%, this is long before the current borders. Long before October 7th. Long before the aftermath of October 7th. 95% of those, 5% of those kids high percentage wet their beds, like you and I did. They expressed aggression towards their parents. Can you imagine what's going to happen to that generation years from now? I mean, it just breaks my heart every day when I think about it. I know a lot of my fellow Jews don't agree with me. I'm a Jewish person, I'm not the only one but especially with me.
Well, you put it in that sense, like, imagine a kid, like, you know?
And just, I mean, the significance of it, what's cool about seeing Theo Von from is Theo Von appears to a completely different demographic. He appears like a lot of right-wing people, centrist people who would never really empathize with Palestinians or even take the time to look into that cause. So for Gabor's words to move Theo to tears and having Theo's audience see him cry about the kids in Palestine, I think that's very important. We need people like Gabor Mate, we need people like Daniel, his brother Aaron Mate. What they're doing is great. They were just great things to meet them and just talk to them. And just this final little clip at the end of Frogan's interview with Matt last week, they ended it with this quote, which I just think is perfect.
All right, everyone. Thanks again so much for listening. And until next time, from the river to the sea, what the fuck happened to H3?
Jumping jacks was us. Push-ups was us. Us.
Hell yeah.
So that's fun as fuck. I can't wait for you guys to watch this. So please go watch it. Go support them. Subscribe to their channel. Let them know that we sent you in the comments. Be like, hey, we're fans. Do not worry. Subscribe to their channel. We need more podcasts like this. The Middle East needs more voices like their voices. And thank you, Matt and Daniel, for having me on. And their producer, Adam Levin. Thank you guys so much. Here's a behind the scenes little picture that while I was still, before we started recording, also Adam up the top corner. It was super fun. And I never do interviews. I'm really awkward at interviews. I never feel like I'm worthy of being interviewed. So I felt I was a little nervous before we started. But it ended up being, they're super chill. They made me feel super comfortable. So, yeah.
No doubt you nailed it.
Well, I hope you guys will let me know if I nailed it or not, if I fucked up. Our next topic, I think this is probably the main topic. This is the one that interests me the most this week. As you guys know, folks, right now in America, the box office is on fire. Moana 2 just came out to record-breaking numbers, and everyone in the States has been enjoying Wicked, which was the release of Wicked and Gladiator. They came out on the same weekend, kind of like Barbenheimer. I'm sorry. So you got these two different movies. Well, there's no Wicked in Lebanon, folks. We ain't enjoying no Wicked because Wicked came out, but Gladiator 2 has been banned, and so has Venom 3, by the way. I wanted to see Venom 3, to be honest with you guys. I don't like the first two, but I still wanted to watch the third one. But Venom 3 isn't out in Lebanon. Gladiator 2 isn't out in Lebanon. Why is that, folks? What's happening? Well, it's a pretty easy answer. Zionism. So, apparently, Gladiator 2 stars actor called Lior Raz, and here's a photo of him. And he is an Israeli actor, but it's not just the fact that he's Israeli, he's actually an ex-IDF member. And here's another photo of him at an event called Friends of the IDF. So here he is right here with a bunch of IDF soldiers, a bunch of scumbags in one photo. Look at those 5 shits. And let me read a little bit of his history from Wikipedia. So, after Raz graduated from high school at the age of 18, he enlisted in the Israel Defense Forces and became a commando in the elite undercover counterterrorism unit known as Siyad Dudivan. He also served in the what?
Beautiful.
Oh yeah. He also served in the Dudivan unit in the reserves for 20 years. For 3 years, until Raz was 19, he had a girlfriend named Iris Azulai. In October 1990, a Palestinian Arab stabbed her to death with a 15-inch knife and released her. The man who stabbed her was later released from prison in 2011. In the 2011 Gilad Shalit prisoner exchange, in which 1,027 prisoners were released in order to obtain the release from captivity of the kidnapped Israeli soldier Gilad Shalit, who had been held prisoner by Hamas fighters. In 1993, after his military service, Raz moved to the United States and was hired as a security. In 1993, after his military service, Raz moved to the United States and was hired by a security contracting firm as Arnold Schwarzenegger's bodyguard. In an interview with Israel Hayom, he said the company turned to me since they knew my military background. To me, it was the most glamorous thing to be the watchdog of Arnold Schwarzenegger and his wife. So this motherfucker, I mean, it's pretty tragic that he lost his girlfriend, obviously, to a stabbing, and it doesn't matter who did what. We don't wish that upon anyone here, unlike Israelis and the 2 nice Jewish boys. But, so yeah, we're going to talk about what we think about movies getting banned, but this is why this movie got banned. As for Venom 3, I went through the actors list. I couldn't figure out if anyone was Israeli or anything. What ended up being the cause was producer Avi Arad, who's actually the producer of every single Spider-Man movie that's come out since 2002. He produced the original Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire, and Andrew Garfield. He does the animated Spider-Man stuff, all the Venom movies, all the spin-offs. He has his fingers in everything Spider-Man. And here is Avi's history with the IDF. Avi Arad was born in 1948, so not by year, in Ramat Gan, Israel, to a Jewish family. The son of Holocaust survivors from Poland, he grew up reading Superman and Spider-Man comics translated into Hebrew. He's a huge Spider-Man fan. In 1965, he was conscripted as a soldier into the Israel Defense Forces. He fought and was wounded in the not wounded enough. He fought and was wounded in the 1967 Six-Day War and spent 15 days recuperating. Arad finished his military service in 1968. I mean, as fucked as that is, if that man weren't alive, we may not have gotten the 2002 Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie, which are some of my favorite movies of all time. Those movies changed my life, so it's pretty fucked that I keep kicking the camera. I mean, if it wasn't for this man, some of my favorite movies of all time would not exist. And
that's how I feel about The Last of Us, like Neil Druckmann.
Neil Druckmann, yeah, he's a big-ass Zionist.
And Uncharted.
Yeah. And the Spider-Man movies are what motivated me to start collecting comic books and comic book-related like action figures and stuff. Like, really, this fucking Zionist partly changed my life. Obviously, Sam Raimi did most of the heavy lifting. But so in 1970, Arad moved to the U.S. and he enrolled at Fulbright University, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so he was but the thing is, like, we've been getting every single Spider-Man movie, almost. Like, we didn't get Spider-Verse Part 2, not because of any Zionism, not because of Avi Arad, but because of this. We talked about this before.
Because of trans.
Remember that scene? That
1 second trans flag?
That 2-second scene where there was a flag in Gwen Stacy's room that said, "Protect trans kids." Yeah, we didn't get Spider-Man because of that scene. They could have just cut it out, but no, the whole movie was banned.
What's funny to me, I'm gonna segue into Wicked, it had a lot of gay characters.
Wicked?
That were openly gay, and there was none of it was cut. But this was removed from the cinema.
So Lebanese censors are extremely inconsistent. That's all.
Completely inconsistent.
They're extremely inconsistent. So even when Barbie was going to come out, they tried to ban Barbie in Lebanon. They pretend that they didn't.
We didn't get Barbenheimer.
We didn't get Barbie. We got Barbie. Came out like
Oppenheimer, then Barbie.
Yeah, we got Oppenheimer, then Barbie came out like 2 months later because they legitimately tried to ban it. Now they pretend like, no, we never meant to ban it. They tried to ban it for it promoting like feminism too much. Like they thought it had a negative message against like men, but then the internet freaked out and they ended up releasing Barbie.
That was so insane.
But
that was so stupid.
But they regularly ban movies that have like anything that is offensive to religion. So like The Nun doesn't come out in Lebanon. The Nun movies, those stopped coming out here.
They're trash either way.
Even though The Exorcist came out in when The Exorcist came out in the 70s, it came out in theaters in Lebanon, and The Exorcist has some fucked up scenes. Like if you know what I'm talking about. So the fact like Lebanon is kind of going backwards when it comes to that sort of thing. But what do we think about banning movies that star IDF soldiers. We regularly ban Gal Gadot movies. I know, the worst actress in the world. So we never
But
get.
it's so funny because the ones where she's like a side actress in, they're always like premiering here. Like for example,
The Fast and Furious. Yeah, they use. Yeah,
As long as she's not starring.
as long as she's not the main star, but like Wonder Woman didn't come out here, and what else? Snow White. So you said you saw the Snow White
they
trailer
played
in the theater.
trailer in the like theater. But they always do that. They always play the trailers.
And they just tease you, right?
Yeah.
So Gal Gadot is playing the evil queen, the evil witch in the new Snow White movie. So we're probably not gonna get that.
Gal Gadot is such a shit actress.
She's the worst though.
But for some reason, she's great at Wonder Woman.
No, she's horrible.
Kal-El,
she's horrible. Dude.
Remember who you are.
Kal-El, no! Remember who you are.
It's horrible, dude. There was a scene in Batman versus Superman. I remember when like the fucking was it Abomination? What was the name of that monster? Google it. That monster at the end of Batman v Superman. Okay, she's like he's feeding off energy. I'm like, this is the worst. Dude, she's so
That was
wooden.
the worst.
She's the worst actress in the world. So anyway.
Are we sure these
Doomsday.
movies got banned because of IDF?
I called the cinema. So I called the cinema. I'm like, hey, is Gladiator 2 coming out? Because I couldn't find it on any releasings. They're like, no. I'm like, why? They're like, Israel. I'm like, oh, okay. Like the lady, I just called the lady at the theater. Then I'm like, what about Venom 3? She's like, Kamena Israel. I'm like, okay. I had to do some research. And again, I couldn't find it. So Twitter was like, Avi Arad. I'm like, oh yeah, I should have thought of Avi Arad. But like, I mean, I get banning a movie. So okay, so what do you guys think? Should we ban movies that star IDF soldiers or not?
Look, I believe if they're Zionists, fuck it, I don't even want to watch that movie.
Yeah, same.
Unless it's like a really good movie.
I mean, we're boycotting food that we used to regularly eat. I
But
can
like
go
when Last of
around
Us
with
Part 3
not
comes out,
watching a
trust
movie.
I'll be pre-ordering that.
Well, I mean, yeah, so
that Zionist, I have an entire Ellie tattoo from The Last of Us, and it's my biggest tattoo.
We all fucked
and
up, bro.
I fucking love that tattoo.
I have a Captain America tattoo right here. America Shaitan. So I mean, hey, what can you do, right? So
you have to choose your battle.
So here's what I think. When they banned Wonder Woman a few years ago, I actually made a video with ex-patron of the show, Gino Raid, years ago. We both I invited him on to talk. Like American viewers, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But I invited Gino to come on, and we talked about how I thought that you shouldn't ban a film. If people don't want to watch it, they have every right to boycott it. I'm like, make it a personal choice. Make it a consumer choice. Don't, like, first of all, you're hurting cinemas. Cinemas in Lebanon are already struggling. Cinemas all over the world are struggling, especially with COVID. It made life for cinemas 10 times harder. So for cinemas not to get like these big blockbuster movies like Spider-Man or Wonder Woman, that hurts their bottom line. So I was like, just make it like leave it up to the consumer. If you don't feel comfortable supporting Gal Gadot,
but at the same
then
time,
I support you. But I have changed my position. On that. Okay. That's what I used to think. Now, fuck Gal Gadot.
That's what I used to think as well.
Fuck the IDF. Fuck Zionism. Fuck Israel. If anyone is in a movie or involved in a movie that was directly involved in killing us, bombing us, hurting Palestinians,
definitely,
bro, fuck you. We don't want none of your shit. Fuck these movies. We'll fucking torrent them. Legally, I'll fucking watch it on Netflix when it comes out. But we're not fucking spending any money supporting fucking no talent Gal fucking Gadot, Lior fucking Raz, piece of shit motherfucker who's in fucking Gladiator, Avi fucking Arad, who is a fucking piece of shit. No one likes Avi Arad in fucking Hollywood, by the way. He's known to be like a huge fucking piece of shit. So I can't wait till he has nothing to do with the Spider-Man movies anymore. And also, an extra reason to fuck Gladiator 2. There was a half Egyptian, half Palestinian actress called May Kalamawi. You guys may have seen her in the Moon Knight series on Netflix. She turned into that superhero at the end.
Right.
She got cut. Literally, she got cast for a major role in Gladiator 2, and her role was completely cut out. So here is just a little bit of that. So here's a tweet. Palestinian actress May Kalamawi, went from being the female lead in Gladiator 2 to being entirely cut out from the film and wasn't even invited to the premiere. Oh, fuck Paramount, and thank you, Pedro Pascal, for reminding everyone that she was a part of this movie and shouldn't be erased. So May Kalamawi, and here's a tweet of like the announcement. May Kalamawi has been cast as the female lead in Gladiator 2, and her role has been completely cut the fuck out. Original reports indicated that May Kalamawi landed a lead female role that got the same search treatment as Paul Mescal. However, she has no lines in the final cut of the movie. I think you might see her standing in the background somewhere, I'm not sure. And then Pedro Pascal, the sweetheart that he is, shared some posts on Instagram about his shooting adventure in the movie. Like they went to Morocco and a bunch of things. And he shared some photos with May, just chilling.
Aww.
He really is a sweetheart.
Pedro is a stand-up fucking
really
guy.
Is Joel.
He's a sweetheart. He's a really good guy. Everybody loves Pedro. So And look, they're having a fucking good time. So, I mean, fuck Gladiator 2. And I wanted to watch it because I recently rewatched Gladiator 1. It's a fucking epic movie. I'm glad these movies are banned. Fuck these actors.
It would be such a hypocritical thing to, like, imagine they're bombing us and we're watching from someone from the IDF
but like, you guys don't understand the sacrifice that I'm making. So, Venom being banned, fuck Venom 3. But if that means there are basically not going to be any more Spider-Man movies in Lebanon. Let me show you something, folks. This is a Spider-Man tattoo right here on my arm. This is a Mary Jane Watson tattoo on my arm as drawn by John Romita Sr. I am a massive Spider-Man fan. I wait for these movies like religiously. I collect Spider-Man comics. I sell comics.
Right here, there's a shit ton of Funko Pops, entirely Spider-Man.
So this is heartbreaking for me, folks. Like I'm here making a massive sacrifice that you guys don't even appreciate. But I am willing to forego watching a Spider-Man movie on opening day. Breaks my fucking heart, bro. To protect Lebanon's honor, bro. Fuck these Zionists. I'm glad it's fucking based. Honestly, I think Lebanon is fucking based for doing that. I think it's stupid when we ban movies for gay stuff. I think it's stupid when we ban movies for trans stuff. I think it's stupid when we ban movies for religious stuff. It's okay. And at this point, I don't know what movies are gonna fucking come out in Lebanon. Every movie has an Israeli in them, and Israelis have to join the IDF. So what are the chances of an Israeli actor not being in the IDF? Are any movies still gonna come out in Lebanon? Who the fuck knows? I'm serious. Like I can totally see like nothing coming out here anymore, unless they selectively pick and choose. Like we can release this one, and this person has like a side little role. I mean, to me, it's I
think they're doing that.
To me, if they're just Israeli, that's a problem. Like if it's just an Israeli person that hasn't even been in the IDF, like you got to let it slide. But who's gonna make those distinctions? Like who the fuck? I don't know what the fuck is happening. This is literally uncharted territory. Because now I think they're gonna take this shit more seriously. And yeah, we might not get any more fucking movies coming out here. But I think it's a fucking based decision. I think Lebanon is fucking badass. Fuck Zionism. It's just like when countries like don't invite Russian athletes to the Olympics. Fucking stop inviting. We can't support Israeli art anymore. I'm sorry. And this should make studios think twice before casting ex-IDF soldiers.